Check, check. All right, let's see how well this is working. So we got one person in. Let's go. Okay, we're getting the fights pulled up right now. I don't think we're quite on the walkout yet for Peyton Talbot, so let's see here. Okay, here. Go away. Oh man. All right. What's going on here? Let's fix that. Great. Sorry, guys. 1 second. A lot of yapping from the commentators, like normal. These UFC ads are getting really, really low quality. I've seen a few memes about it lately, like looking at the old promos versus the new promos. Like they had the Conor McGregor Jose Aldo one, which was really good, obviously. I mean, but that was Conor McGregor. But then they even showed like the Anderson Silva ones, and they were just significantly better. And it's just you wonder like why such a decline. It seems like they're just kind of checked out on the promotional side. Let's see here. All right. Let's see. Let's get our comments up. Get our chat. Let's go. Yeah, just a lot of silence for you guys. Let's see here. There we go. Beautiful. I did do like my sorry. I did like my first test live stream with the Marab fights. Like 8 of you popped in here, but like I didn't keep that going for very long. I really only streamed the main event. I didn't talk too much. It was, like I said, really more of a test. So I'm just trying to see if everything's still working because that was a month ago. There we go. Let's see here. Right, sweet. And now Charles Olivera is winning our poll. Because of course he is. Because I'm the only voter. No, I mean, what's funny about a stream like this is I know that right now, not right now currently, but right now for the viewer I'm going to be referring to. Yeah, that's silly. I know that right now there is somebody watching this in the future who is a huge fan because they're going back and watching all my old live streams. But right now there's no viewers. But in the future there will be because I know that I'm going to be big in this industry. I know that I will be a household name in MMA YouTube. Just got to currently working on that build up. Now, we got two people in right now. Can anybody hear the audio of the actual fights? Because I've got it playing right here. I don't know if my mic's picking it up. Because I could do this.
It's not like it's just barely noticeable.
But I really don't want it to be too loud.
His wrestling, his composure at such a young age, I believe.
Let's hop in and see what that sounds like.
That was a very difficult fight. This guy seems to be the better fighter, even better than the guy he fought last time. Yes. This young man, Felipe Lima, was on the verge of fighting Jonathan Martinez, a ranked guy, a guy that was going to put him in.
And whoever that future fan is, I feel bad for them because someone just picked Ilia. Yo, defend your stance right now. Why? Let's hear it. Why do we got Ilia winning? Where's his pathway to victory? I don't see it. I don't see any chance Ilia wins. That's a joke. I'm honestly terrified. I am genuinely terrified. But exactly. Thank you, Yusuf Kalal. I definitely pronounced that wrong. I'm sorry. But no, there's so many variables here that people aren't actually even considering. Like when people are breaking down, yeah, me too. I'll say I am genuinely very confident, at least in the game plan of Charles, because his pathway to victory is much firmer than Max Holloway's was. When it came to Max Holloway, he had only one place he could really take that fight, and that was just kind of kicking on the outside, which he was doing a good job of up until he wasn't. He just made one mistake, and then it was all over. But when it comes to Charles, he has a lot more areas where he can take this fight, where Ely is not going to have nearly as big of an advantage as he had over Max Holloway. And the thing that people are looking at when they're breaking this down is they're going, and I wish I had mentioned this in the video breakdown I did, or at least said it this way, because it was the point I was getting at, but they look at Ilia's offense, which is very devastating, obviously, and then they look at Charles's defense, which isn't very good, obviously, and they go, there you go. But it's like, Charles's offense is very devastating, and Ilia's defense is also not very good. So it's like, how do you decide which one's going to get hit first? You know, like, why are you so confident it's Ilia? All the Ilia fanboys are like, how could you glaze Charles and say this or that? Charles needs to come up with the perfect game plan to do it. Take him down, stay in the clinch, throw some knees. You stay in the way, or I don't remember who you are. Yeah, thank you, Daniel Cormier. No, the one thing I will say about the clinch that I'm worried for is when you're doing Muay Thai, the clinch is much safer than when you're doing MMA because the MMA gloves are so much smaller, so you can just kind of rip under those elbows so much easier and get these body shots. And I've seen in some of Ilia's fights that he does that, which is just really, really scary for a guy like Charles, you know. But I do think the clinch will be very useful for Charles. I think he should definitely do like a red, green, red type approach, you know, the old school Gracie self-defense tactic, where you say, green zone is I'm out of punching range. Red zone is I'm in punching range. Green zone is I'm at clinch, you know? Like, I don't think that's a bad game plan for Charles. But yeah, no, I agree. He needs to be perfect as well. But I just think him being perfect is easier. Yeah, exactly. I'm worried for the hooks, man. Charles's high guard straight up. You're right. Yeah, because when you're like this all the time, you just slip around the guard. The thing is, Ilia is very powerful, obviously, but there's more to his ability to knock him out than power. And all of his knockouts typically don't come from power, they come from accuracy. And if Charles's chin is tucked in a high guard, like, he's going to eat some hard shots on the temple, sure, but I don't think Charles is going to sleep from those. I don't think those are going to drop him. So we'll have to see how he goes about this. Let's see. We've got Peyton Talbot getting announced by Bruce Buffer right now. Let me see. Can you hear anything from the fights right now?
Good, consistent, works hard, throws a lot out there. Talbot can finish it.
That was a good calf kick from Lima.
Yeah,
no, Lima came out ready to just strike with Talbot. Oof. All right, let me get the round timer. Shoot, that's so awkward. That is so awkward.
Serious knockout power and great timing too. Just great athleticism. Knows how to put himself in the right position.
Two hard jabs or jab and cross. Sorry. Gosh, let's turn it to 4 minutes.
And it has not taken Lima long to find the range, DC.
Yeah, Lima's touching him up right now.
Talbot talked a lot in the fighter meeting about strength and conditioning, sort of making his body healthier for the weight class. He looks to have added some muscle mass.
Oh, why are we not?
He fights with the confidence of
I don't know how to use this timer. Dang it.
He's not worried about getting hit. He's worried about hitting you. Beautiful low kick by Talbot. You learn so much about a fighter when he bounces back from a big loss. I mean, he didn't take a lot of damage in that loss.
Count down.
Got kind of humbled. Yeah.
Bleeding 0. Okay. There we go. Now we have to make it 3 minutes. Jeez, this is great.
On the pay-per-view in Los Angeles, got me, and he's back on the pay-per-view. That speaks to the interest that he garners from not only
I like what Talbot's doing against the fence here. We really saw him struggle on the ground in his last fight, obviously. But, like, hopefully it was a bit of a wake-up call for him. Oh, okay. He just got taken down. That's not good. Oh, and my stream froze. Okay, here we go. And, yeah, that timer's pretty much synced. That was a good Granby roll, and he's working on a leg attack here, but so is Lima. Lima's got a really interesting inverted guard. I don't think Lima's going to get anything out of it, but I'm definitely worried for Talbot in a leg lock game. I don't think he's going to be the type to win, play through. Oh, Lima's getting some good hammer fists, though. He's got him turtled up now. Sheesh.
When you're a kid like Talbot that's so talented and so intelligent, you learn.
Okay. Oh.
And you learn, especially from a
yeah, he just keeps spamming these Granbys, and Talbot's like trying to roll with him, but keep him at the same time. It's not really working. Oh, he's in and heel hook. Oh, he's out. Oh, sheesh. This is so back and forth. Holy cow. Yeah, those are actually some good elbows. Thank you, Joe Rogan. Let me turn this down. I don't want to overwhelm you guys. But, like, I thought, I thought Lima was going to be a bit of a stronger grappler here. He's really content to strike with Talbot, but they're pretty evenly matched. It's scary for sure. It's scary. Ooh, okay. He's got his butterflies up, and he's just pinning himself at full guard. The thing we saw from Peyton's last fight is that his guard retention's really bad. And his mount escape, yeah, no, I'm really enjoying this one, actually. But, he just kept getting past to mount, and then he would just be stuck there. And he would try to hip out, and, his cardio held up really well. But he just wasn't able to mount any sort of legitimate escape or offense here. What's going on here? My stream's frozen again. I do need a new PC. Okay, here we are. Now, I had to rewind a bit on a minute now. Sheesh. They just swept each other like 5 times, though. That was kind of insane. But, like, yeah, no, he's working his butterflies. Now he's turtled up. I think he wants to tripod, but Lima's nearly got a hook, and oh, well, he just stood up. There you go. Hey, Craig Jones style. We like it. Sheesh. Okay, now Talbot's against the fence. That's not where he wants to be at all. He kind of brought the long hair back for this fight. You know, it's better. And he just reversed the position again, and now he's landing knees. I do not know who that is going to score that round to. Probably Talbot, honestly, because I think Lima was reacting a little bit more, but Lima landed some really good 1-2s down the middle that definitely stunned Talbot. He really had no answer to. Let's see here. Let's see here. I like what his corner's telling him, what Lima's corner's telling him.
Right here you see a nice combo by Lima, beautiful jab, right hand down the middle. He was touching Talbot up early. He gets here. Tries to take him down. Talbot follows it.
Sorry, answering a text.
He did a really good job of chasing his left hip.
No, unfortunately, because despite the fact that there is only 4 people watching right now, the UFC will still take the stream down if I actually show the fight. Can you hear it? I've kind of got the audio playing in the background a little bit. Now, if you're looking for a place to watch it, I would recommend searching that on Google. You'll find an answer. Yeah, no, I'm sorry, man. Here we go. Yeah, no, I agree. These pay-per-views are ridiculously expensive. Crazy indeed, I know. That round one, I don't know who to score that for. I would Google where to watch UFC fights, and you might be a bit more... Oh, Talbot just got cracked. You'll probably find something that doesn't... Yeah, that's all I can say about that. That was a good sprawl from Talbot, though. He's definitely been working the takedown defense since his last fight. I guess it was the wake-up call. Oh, that was really poor, though. He did not get the underhook at all. He just kind of tripoded on, but it actually worked. He reversed him. He's now on top side control. Oh, sheesh. Yeah, no problem, man. Hey, but no. Are you the one who voted Ilia? I need to know who voted Ilia. Someone came in and voted Ilia. And I need to hear why. I don't see the pathway to victory. I think Charles is guaranteed to win at this point. It's basically free money if you bet on him. Let's see here. Yeah, no. Lima did not have... I think he's just more of a traditional jiu-jitsu fighter, and so when the takedown got fought, he was content to just roll onto his back, which is something that I do a lot. It's a mistake I make, but you really can't do that when you're doing MMA. Like, it's one thing if you're doing jiu-jitsu and it's like, okay, well, I'll play guard now. But, that spinning back fist was good, but, Talbot came back. Oof. Another 1-2 down the middle. That was some heavy calf kicks. Sheesh. Oh, man. What do we got here?
Lima's got to get a little respect. Make this guy start backing up. Oh, good shot. Like that. Yep. Beautiful job by Lima.
Let's see.
Tremendous improvement in the grappling. I mean, you can't say it enough. It was Lima just forcing that.
All right. What do we got here? So far, we're 75% for Charles, so this is good.
It's his overall grappling where he's gotten better because he has gotten taken down by Lima and found his way back to his feet multiple times.
I'm impressed by Talbot's sweeps. You know, like, he's not engaging the takedowns, which is good, because against a guy like Lima, that's just how you get stuck in a leg lock, or more likely, his Grambies. Yeah, I think he'd get stuck in a leg lock, but his sweeps and his ability to just, yeah, and he's disengaging now, so that's good. But I think it has less to do with Talbot's skills with the sweeps. Grace, I'm so sure Charles will win because he has the power of friendship on his side. Thank you for asking. So wait. Charles will lose. Tell me why. Why will Charles lose? He stung him there though. That spinning back kick was actually pretty clean. I mean, I don't think anybody thought Talbot was a bad striker. He's the new Sean O'Malley, right? You know, he sucks on the ground, but he's a good striker. Let's see here. Ilia's stronger and younger. Okay, younger. I hear you there. He's definitely younger. He's coming up from 145 though. Do you really think he's stronger? And keep in mind, he's been talking. Chael Sonnen was pointing this out. He's been talking on and on about, oh, that weight cut was so much easier. It was so much nicer. I'm just really loving being at 155 because I didn't have to kill myself to get all the way down there. Charles did. Charles always has to kill himself. Remember, Charles lost his belt not to Islam. He lost it in the Justin Gaethje fight because he missed weight and was stripped. And then he beat Justin Gaethje, so they gave him another shot at the vacant title against Islam. Sheesh. Okay, now Talbot's got his back taken, but he shucked the hooks off pretty well, and he's tripoding. I know, yeah. I think Lima was doing pretty well, but I think his coaches probably game planned seeing the last performance, which I don't know if is necessarily smart. If there's somebody you can expect to make drastic improvements, it's a young guy like Talbot who probably trains a lot of jiu-jitsu, but just needed to work on a few key things like his mountain escapes. He just wasn't putting himself in dangerous positions in training camp. But the other thing is, I think Lima's just feeling the shots a little bit more, you know. Talbot is not really giving him any respect on the feet. And so I think that's why Lima probably feels more comfortable going down. I think Lima might have stolen that round, though, because, yeah, he was definitely landing the cleaner shots. It's hard to say. They're both so active, so it's kind of hard to tell. Yeah, I could definitely see Talbot 2-0. I wouldn't be surprised if it was 1-1, but I could see Talbot 2-0 for sure. Just because of the elbows, right? Like, being on your back isn't necessarily a losing position. Because, like, control time as a... How long has Ilia been in the industry, in the UFC compared to Charles? Are you testing my knowledge here? Charles is, like, 36. Are you training is something? Like, do I train personally? Yes, I do train. I kind of suck, but I do train. Charles has been in the UFC since he was 20 years old, and he's like 36 now, so like 16 years. I think Ilia made his UFC debut like 6 years ago. So Ilia is definitely the younger guy, the newer guy. He's also undefeated, 16 fights. So he definitely has a big confidence advantage, and that shows. It showed in the press conference. But at the end of the day, you know, Charles has faced all the adversity you can face. I don't think he's going to be overly worried. I think he's going to go out there totally ready for worst case scenario, and so he's going to be able to put on the best. And the thing is with Charles is, like, he has all the tools. I mentioned this in my video. I don't know if anybody in chat right now has watched it, but Charles has all the tools to put Ilia in the places where he's the worst. Max Holloway didn't have that. Alexander Volkanovski didn't have that. Charles has that. So if there's a guy who does have a chance to actually put him in a bad spot, sheesh, Lima is swinging for the fences. He knows he needs a finish. So yeah, I'm guessing he thinks he's down 2 rounds. Yeah, Charles has the tools to put him in the most dangerous, not the most, geez, I can't even talk right now. I'm focusing on too many things at once. Charles has the tools to put him in those positions where he's in danger, and that's not something Ilia's ready for. Ilia's never had to deal with that. The most adversity he'd ever dealt with was round 1 against Jai Herbert, and Charles can do all the same things to him. Lima's wrestling's honestly not that good. That was a good takedown. That was a very good double leg. Talbot got the underhook, but it didn't mean anything. That was quite impressive. But that single leg, it wasn't very good. He was just kind of trying to snap down on it, but he needed to circle to the back really and put pressure from the side. They call that running the pipe. Let's see here. Yeah, Talbot's using the underhook. Oh, now he's on his side. That's not necessarily good. And he just got his guard passed. Yeah, I can tell he's been working on this. He's not there yet, which is fine. Talbot's still young, but if he goes 0-2 in his last two because he just keeps getting wrestled, like that's not a good look for the UFC when it comes to re-signing contracts. So hopefully he can get this. Although I don't know. I don't know what Lima's stakes are here. But it would suck to win 2 rounds and then get subbed. Ooh. Yeah, Talbot's just got the better distance management, honestly. I mean, Lima's landing very clean, but like I think Talbot's defense is why we're not seeing him react quite as much as Lima's reacting. Talbot's rolling with the shots much better. Lima's just kind of tanking them. And now we're 50-50 again on the poll. And yet another Ilia supporter. What is going on, guys? Come on, let's hear it. Defend your position. Oh, that was a good hook kick. Heel to the chin. Lima actually has a chin on him, I will say. I mean, I get why he just tanks stuff. It's because he gets away with it. That was a bad shot. Lima is better. Better than what? Better than Talbot or better than he was in his last fight? What do you mean by that? I think Lima's doing very well. But yeah, no, the thing is, he makes the mistake a lot of jiu-jitsu guys make, and I make it too. But every time he gets in on a takedown and he loses it, he just pulls guard. And that's fine, but Talbot's just sliding right over to mount. Lima doesn't have any guard retention, and he keeps playing this inverted guard, which is good, but he's not grabbing a leg with it. He's wrapping the inverted guard. Okay, last fight, yeah, I thought so too. He does look a lot better. He's grabbing this inverted guard around Talbot's midsection, and it's not doing anything for him. Okay, this is just weird. He's punching his butt. That's kind of gross. What are we doing here? He's just. This is like that meme where it's like watching UFC and my friends walk in or my parents walk in or whatever. That's what we're watching right now. Oh, that up kick. He felt that up kick. Ooh. Yeah, Talbot does not show any respect for Lima's striking, though. He didn't really roll with that at all, though. I mean, he kind of tucked, but like, sheesh. Yeah, I got that 2-1. I got that 2-1 Talbot. Yeah, right? No, it was bad, dude. That was gross. Yeah, I mean, what more can you expect from Peyton Talbot, right? He's the zestiest fighter on the roster right now. Let's see here. Yeah, no, see, what Marcellus was able to do was he was able to mount Talbot, but Lima kept shooting, and then when he lost the shot, he would just go into guard, and he wasn't going into like a good guard, though. He was just trying this weird, non-traditional, let me roll for a leg or something, but then he wasn't actually attacking legs. I don't really know what he was trying to do there on bottom in his inverted guard. That was a really good double leg, though, I will say. Yeah, that heel hook. Let's see here. It was rough. I'm giving it 2 on Talbot. No, yeah, I was gonna say to Ilia, or however you say that, Fight City right here. This is my gym, so I do train. Want to shout out. Wow. All right, let's see it.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for decision. All 3 judges scored this contest 29-28 for the winner by unanimous decision, Peyton.
Yeah, 2-1 Talbot. Yep. No, that was a clean takedown. Yeah, I was very impressed. Because his other shots were pretty poor, honestly. He was just kind of hugging the legs, but that was a really athletic blast double leg. All right, let's see what we got going on here.
You won this fight with massive improvement in the one department where you were lacking in your last fight in the grappling exchanges.
Feels much better. I don't know if I considered myself as much of a fighter, but now that I've come back from a loss, I feel like I've gotten the full scope of things. So
Yeah.
I've just been working it, and I'm happy that I got it.
Yeah, no, you got to feel for a guy like Talbot, for anybody. When you're the hot prospect, you're getting all the highlight reels and you're undefeated, and then you just get absolutely destroyed like he did against Marcelos. Like that's a real confidence hit. And that's what's going to happen to Ilia. So it's going to happen to Ilia. But no, he definitely had that wake up call. He worked a lot on that grappling. He did much better. Let's see.
Well, you're one of the most hyped up and one of the most exciting fighters in this division. You showed why tonight. Congratulations. I really enjoyed that performance.
Appreciate you guys. Much love to everyone. Keep it going.
Did you hear who he called out? I think he called out Yanez.
Who would you like to fight next?
Sorry, I'm reading a text.
Do you have any fighters on mind?
I've been asking for Adrian Yanez for a minute. Once you're not hurt or whatever's going on, let's run it.
That would be a great one. Congratulations, sir. Enjoy this victory. Peyton Talbot, ladies and gentlemen.
Peyton Talbot is back in a big way. Pretty good call out there, Adrian.
Yeah.
Yanez, but
Yeah,
moving to
Yanez.
one, and if you did have Peyton Talbot to win by
That
decision, +360
I don't know too much about Yanez, but I think he's a boxer.
+360 if you had him on that decision proposition.
Yeah, that was actually a really fun fight. That was a good card opener. I was really sad when we lost Paulo Costa, but honestly, I think it was for the best because we got that as the card opener instead of rounding out the undercard. So we actually got to see Peyton Talbot perform on the main card. And it was a really exciting fight. And then UFC 318 is just a horrible card, and they added Kopylov versus Costa to that card. So we at least have an interesting matchup, something I want to see on it. Merab, my favorite champion, soon to no longer be. He will be second place because Charles Olivera wins the belt back tonight. Now, Darush versus Moicano, that's what's next. Is Ilia a better boxer? Yes, Ilia is 100,000 times better at boxing than Charles. Ilia is probably the best boxer in the entire UFC. So, yeah, he's got hands. Yeah, Moicano versus Darush. Now, this is an interesting one. The knockout power from Darush is obviously there. You know, we've seen him just slime out some people. They freaking even Gamrot, which nobody really saw that coming. But I think Moicano's the better striker. You know, he's definitely more fundamentally sound with the striking. Even against Islam, Moicano's striking looked very good for like the whole 30 seconds we got to see him fight there. And that was obviously off of his training camp for Beneil Darush in their first fight. So I'm really interested in seeing where he takes this. But I think Beneil's pathway to victory is really going to have to come on the ground. And I think there is a pathway to victory for him there because Moicano's obviously like a good grappler, but he's not a grappler, you know? Like he has really good back takes and really good rear naked chokes, and that's pretty much it, you know? And that's not a very solid skill set when you're going against a guy like Beneil. Beneil just has such a deep bag on the ground. Obviously, he's probably not going to have a ton of success in guard, but I don't think he'll need to play guard against Moicano. I don't think Moicano's takedown defense is, well, you know, I guess Moicano's takedown defense doesn't have to be that solid to stop Dariush's takedowns. I really don't know where he's at, honestly. Because, like, I think it was that short notice fight that he had against, who was it, RDA? Moicano against RDA? Let me double check here. I'm going to Google this so I don't make a fool of myself. But, like, no, he took this short notice fight, and then following that, or no, in that, he was actually defending takedowns off of singles pretty well, but it was like double legs that he was getting taken down on. Let's see. Renato Moicano, fight history. St. Denis, Jalen Turner, Drew Dober, Sarukian. I think he was matched up to fight Sarukian. That's kind of fun. Yeah, it was RDA. It was RDA. Okay. Just making sure I'm not being totally silly here. Yeah, against RDA, RDA was hitting him with some doubles, and those were getting him down. It wasn't really off the singles. And I think Beneil is more of a single leg guy. You know, he's more of a technical grappler, not really a athletic grappler. So it'll be interesting. I don't know. I think I'm gonna go with Benny still, but you know, he could definitely get knocked out. I think. Ooh, that spinning elbow highlight's kind of nice though. But yeah, you look at these highlights. Beneil is not like a technically sound striker. He's not striking with fundamentals. He's just really wild, big looping shots, and he's hitting really hard. He's putting people out. So, like, is he going to put out Moicano at that, who's way, way more technical, really disciplined, the Muay Thai style? Probably not. No, I don't think so. So, let's see here. Yeah. Renato's walking out. If he does win, he's going to say some weird political stuff on the mic, though, so that'll be kind of fun. Something about Bitcoin. Gotta love money, Moicano. Cannot afford to lose. It's funny. He could afford to lose against Islam, though, because they paid him way more. They added, like, I think $500,000 to his pay. He made nearly $1 million for that 30-second Islam fight. Here we go. My stream is just dead. Here, I'm going to mute this so you guys don't have to. Yeah, that's pretty bad. Sheesh. Yeah, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt from Moicano, but like he's the type of black belt where it's like he does one linear games very well, and that's it. And you know, he could impose that on a lot of people, but like in the UFC, like he obviously imposes it very well in a lot of fights. Like if he gets your back, you're kind of screwed. But like, is that going to be a problem for Beneil Dariush? Who Beneil Dariush has that ability just in every aspect of grappling. Sorry, I would say Renato's probably the better at that one particular thing, but that's it, you know. Somebody liked my thing. Thanks, guys. Let's see here. Charles is at 57%. Let's go, Charles. Charles is winning that belt back, let me tell you. All right, who do we got in this fight, though? What are we thinking? Moicano or Dariush? Because I'm thinking Dariush. I'm a survivor. That's fun. Gotta love Beneil's energy here because he hasn't fought in like 2 years. He's got to be like the least active top lightweight contender there has ever been. I think I'm gonna win this fight, says Dan. Which of these two fighters would you say you look more like? Do you look more like a a Brazilian with a receding hairline or a old salt and pepper hair Indian looking guy? Which one of those attributes would you say describes you more? You're bald. Okay. Yeah, I guess Money Moicano's taking this is the prediction here. Yeah. We'll see about that. No, I'm excited for this one. I was really disappointed that we lost it on the first one. I mean, props to Moicano for stepping up on one day to save the main event. I'll never forgive Armin for that. That was just absolute garbage. But let's see here. Yeah, no. That was absolute garbage. Who is Joe? I have been asking the same thing, and I think I figured it out. I think I have. I think Max Holloway really did say Joe, and then he acted like he didn't just to screw with Ilia. That's what I think. Because it sounds like he says something right after that actually does kind of sound like Joe. Lima is gonna win, bro. I think Lima just lost, to be fair. But, I mean, he did good. He won a round. Yeah, like I do think Lima made a lot of improvements, but like I don't know why he was inverting with a body triangle. Like that's not I don't really know what he was trying to go for there, but he just ended up getting his butt punched. They better have it coming. Yeah, no, I think he just needs to work his way up the rankings a little bit more, which is, yeah. But no, he did very good. I do think there's a bright future for Lima from that performance. He's got to work on that inverted guard. Like, I don't know why he kept going for that. But no, you picked Ilia. Come on, Aaron. What the heck? What are we doing, man? Why are we picking Ilia? Where's Ilia's pathway to victory? Honestly, where is it? I don't see it. I don't think Ilia has anything at all. Yeah. 156. Yeah. He's looking. Moicano's looking kind of husky right now. Not gonna lie. You are Ilia. Oh, I didn't realize we had Ilia in this chat. Hey, can you get some of your friends in? I was being sarcastic when I said he has no pathway to victory, but it's interesting you say that. I don't think his power is going to make the difference here. Okay, sheesh. I'm just getting ganged up on right now. Goodness. Why? Why, Peter? Why is it, of course, Ilia is going to win? So, no, he obviously has a lot of power, and it does translate at 150. Well, see, I don't know if it translates at 155. We saw, we got a shout from Moicano. We saw in his fight against Jai Herbert that obviously he got a knockout at 155, but the thing is, I don't think it's like that crazy big news that he was able to knock someone out the way he did, because it was like a full winging overhand, whole body behind that shot. Like, of course, there's power there. He's a powerful guy. But like, if he just like pops a hook on Charles's temple, I don't think he's gonna get him with that, like the same way Justin Gaethje was able to, for example, because Justin Gaethje is like one of the hardest hitting 155ers, and Charles survived that just fine. Let's see here. Let me get my timer ready. Mark Smith. He is a referee. That's all I have to say about that. I think Oliveira's chin's a little underrated, to be honest. Here we go. A little underrated, and here's why. When Charles gets hit, or when we see these highlight reels of him like getting knocked down and then coming back in a crazy way, usually he's getting hit very clean because he's just walking at people like this, like just not with no defense or respect for it, like not even caring. But like when he fought Michael Chandler the second time, Second time, he realized that that was a mistake the first time because he almost got knocked out the first time. And so he just came in with just a high guard, chin tucked, and then like he was tanking everything just fine because they weren't, hitting that human off switch right here. And if you can survive these shots right on the chin, like you have a good chin. And I think that's also part of where his overconfidence came from is like he knows, oh, Beneil, you can't get caught like that, man. He caught the lead leg kick of Moicano and just got cracked across the front. He definitely does not have the striking fundamentals. But no, I like I said, I think some of his confidence comes just from the fact that he knows he has a good chin, so he gets overconfident. No, yeah, Beneil is the same way though. Like look at Beneil's hands; they're just completely down. Moicano definitely has the better striking fundamentals. These are some inside leg kicks though. These are some hard inside leg kicks. But if there's one thing you can say about Beneil hits very hard. And that's why he wins his fights. He's not accurate. He's sliming people out with power. All right. Oh, Moicano felt that one. Sheesh. Moicano really hasn't had an answer for that check. I don't know much about Ilia. How's his ground game? Supposedly, he has a jiu-jitsu base. Like, that's what they say about him. Like, if you look at, like, the UFC video games, he just dropped him with a leg kick. See, this is what people didn't anticipate when they were picking Moicano. They forget that power actually does matter, even if you have bad defense. And it's the same mistake they're making with Charles. So in the UFC video game, like, Ilia is listed as a jiu-jitsu fighter, not a boxer, even though in UFC fights, he obviously, now Beneil just got dropped. What the heck? This main card's been really good, actually. These have been some crazy fights. So even though he's a boxer and that's what he does in all his UFC fights, he's listed as a jiu-jitsu fighter because that was like his original martial art. He's been doing it for like 18 years. So it's pretty good. He's definitely decently technical on the ground. He doesn't have a submission. You need to turn. Yeah, you do need to turn the fights on. What the heck? Let's watch him. Come on, man. Yeah, gosh, where was I? Yeah, no, he has never gotten a submission in the UFC. And in his UFC debut against a guy called Yusuf Zalal, he was hunting one with every ounce of strength in his body. He chained together like 20 submission attempts, and a lot of them were really close, but Zalal was defending them all. So, like, maybe he could sub someone like Justin Gaethje, but like he's not subbing Charles. Charles is no. Unless there's a caveat I will give there. If we see another scenario like Islam had where he just really hurt him and then jumped on a sub, like no, he could definitely sub him. But it's not hard to sub somebody who doesn't know what planet they're on, obviously. Let's see. Sheesh. Beneil's defense actually does look a little tighter than I was expecting. Let's see here. Sheesh. These are some hard shots. Holy cow. Oh, those hooks. They're trading a lot more than I thought they would be. I thought Moicano would be using his distance management a little bit better. He's just kind of walking him. Oh my gosh, Beneil just got dropped. He's down. Oh, he's grabbing a leg. He's trying to invert. He's looking for like a knee bar here. Moicano's got the back. That is not where you want Moicano. Only 30 seconds left. Beneil has an underhook on his inside leg. He's trying to stand up. He's got the 2-on-1 grip. Oh, he just cracked him again. That is brutal. Goodness. That was a crazy round. That was insane. They both got dropped. But, that's definitely Moicano's round because Moicano got dropped with a leg kick. The number one scoring criteria, effective striking. The definition of that is strikes that are leading towards the potential end of the fight. Oh, shoot. Hold on. Leading towards the potential end of the fight. Obviously, you know, a concussion is going to end the fight a lot sooner than a leg kick. Let's see here. Okay, Beneil's coming in with a jab. He's not wary of the striking. Oh, sheesh. And Renato pulled guard on him, and he's got butterfly hooks. That surprises me. I did not think we would see that approach. He's going for a leg lock. He's inverting. Now Moicano's got his back taken though. He's working the underhooks. Beneil hasn't really got a hook in yet. He's got a seatbelt grip, and that's it. I'm not really sure what angle he's working here. Some little uppercuts with this half the seatbelt grip. Moicano's kind of reaping here. And he's out. Now he's just pushed against the fence. Beneil's shooting now, which is, I'd say, what he needs to. And he got the back again, and he's got a hook. Oh, and he's nearly got the body triangle. Sheesh. Oh, and he lost it. And now Moicano's back against the cage. He's got the single. Now, Moicano's, like I was just saying, Moicano does have decent single leg defense, but yep, no, he's got it. Yeah, see? Told you Beneil could do it, even though I was very not confident in it. But, you know. All right, let's see here. Oh, I didn't start my timer. Oh, no, let me fix that. Hold on. All right. Let's see here. I'm just waiting for the 3-minute mark to start the timer. 2, 1, go. There we go. Yeah, no, get the fights pulled up, man. These are some exciting fights. Sheesh. He's working on another. Oh, he dumped him. Moicano had no defense. That was honestly pretty poor by Moicano. No underhook or anything. Like, Beneil was holding the single leg, and Moicano was just kind of standing there. And then he got slammed. And now he's got half guard. He's kind of got like a dog bar type setup where he's got a figure four. Oh, well, he let go of the figure four. But he had like a figure four set up under the leg in half guard. And he's going back to it. I don't think he's actually going to set up the knee bar there, but he's just using it to control, because obviously Renato's back takes are what he wants to worry about here. This ground and pound, though, you know, unless Moicano does the exact same thing again where they stand up and then he just stings them really bad, I think we're looking at a 1-1. But, you know, another minute, 2 minutes to go, so we'll see. Sheesh. These elbows, though, no, I mean, even if Moicano can tag him again, like, that's tough to come back from on the scorecards. I don't think Beneil's finishing this, though. I don't. He's hunting a head and arm choke, it looks like. He's walking his arm up, using his head to do it, Gordon Ryan style. Ilia's getting his hands wrapped. They show that there in the lower left. That's fun. Oh, man. He's walking those fingers up. Man, my stream's lagging. I'm going to refresh it. Well, now my timer's like 4 seconds off, whatever. Yeah, these post elbows he's hitting are pretty good. He's obviously trying to get Moicano's right arm up so he can set up that head and arm choke. And so he's making him, you know, shield that side of his face. So he's putting his hand flat on his face and then dropping the elbow down. You can't do that in amateur MMA, unfortunately, but it's a good technique. He's got the head and arm on the one side, and his shoulders, he's getting higher. It's inching up. It's inching up. Yeah, okay. He definitely had the left artery totally locked in, but the shoulder was too low on the right side. That ground and pound from Beneil, though, man, you got to feel bad for Beneil. So many people are just like, oh, old man. And sheesh.
Likely 1-1. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2,
Sheesh. That was a good round. I'm thinking 1-1. I mean, that round was definitely Beneil's. I think that first one was probably Moicano's. I think he stole it with the drop at the end there. It's just, yeah, Moicano needs to stop playing guard against Beneil Dariush. That's pretty stupid. For game planning. Because Moicano does have the tools to win here, obviously. Like his striking, I mean, he dropped Beneil. His striking is definitely the more clean technical striking. Shoot, timer.
Very aggressive Beneil Dariush. Look at this takedown.
Yeah, Beneil. See, I told you, Beneil's takedowns, like he's got it. And right into the back. See, this is what I'm saying about a style of a guy like Moicano. Like, it's good if that one thing, but it's just everywhere else, the deeper bag is, oh, he reversed that, though. Sheesh. Now Moicano's on the back. Beneil's got his ankle, though. He's defending the back take well. Oh, and he's out. He's out. Sorry, I was resetting my timer, and then now I need to reset it again because I missed it. Let's see here. Sheesh. But no, yeah, like, when you have such a linear jiu-jitsu game, like, oh, he attempted that spinning elbow that he had in his highlight reel. Didn't quite get it. But see, and that's what I'm saying about Moicano's distance management, he's not going to get knocked out by Beneil, most likely. Let's see here. This isn't even right. Oh, well, who cares? Okay, that calf kick was really poor by Beneil. This timer's wrong. I'm at 3:22 now. But that calf kick was really poor by Beneil because he just threw it totally hands down and just got cracked with a cross. My stream is doing amazing, as you can tell, by the fact that it keeps freezing. But oh well. I guess I don't know. I'm using all the bandwidth for the actual live stream. I'll have to get that figured out. Yeah, Moicano just. Oh, Moicano felt that. Moicano's going for a takedown now. See, why is Moicano playing this grappling approach against Beneil Dariush? It's like he literally lost a round doing that, and he's doing it again. Sheesh. Sheesh. Charles at 56% on the poll. And see, Dariush just tagged him there, though. Moicano is just trading with Beneil, though. He's not playing on the outside with the long shots the way he needs to. That was a good sprawl, but Beneil pushed through it really well. And now he's on the back again. Oh my gosh. Yeah, Moicano gets those, or not Moicano, sorry. Beneil gets those hooks in on Moicano super fast. It's very impressive. Sheesh. Like, and see, another hands down calf kick from Beneil. He's going to get knocked out doing that. And he's, I think, winning this fight right now, but he's pretty tired, but still, like, hands at his waist throwing a calf kick. Like, All right, he's got the collar ties. He's got the collar ties, and oh, nice elbow over the top from Beneil though. And 20 seconds left. They're both so gassed right now, though. 15 seconds left in the fight. Moicano, yeah, he doesn't have it to go for it here. Let me just do this. Sheesh. That was a good fight. Now, I've been really liking this main card so far. We've had some pretty boring main cards the last couple. So, no, I'm liking this. That was impressive. See, yeah, those leg kicks. Moicano was not. I don't think Moicano checked a single kick in that fight, which is weird because he's such a disciplined Muay Thai style. Like you would think he would actually bounce it a little bit, but I mean, I guess he was worried about the takedowns. But then he played guard. Like, oh man, I really want to. I would love to be just a fly on the wall with his coach when they were making this game plan because that was just really bizarre. Yeah, I got it 2-1 Beneil. Which would make me 2 for 2 on my picks for tonight so far. I guess I should actually declare all those so it's not just like me making it up. But it was Talbot, Darush, and then who's the featured fight again? I'm really showing my education here. Oh, that's right, Van Royval, Royval, and then Pantoia, and then Oliveira. Those are my picks. Yep, 29-28 Darush. People forget, man, right? This was the guy who was supposed to beat Islam, you know? They're counting him out against freaking Money Moicano. Like, come on. No, I'm definitely happy for him because like it was really sad seeing the decline of Beneil and seeing that he's back now. Gotta love it. Standing there with his gray hairs. Was Beneil the underdog? Let's see here. Pull up the odds. Can I still see them now that the fight's over? UFC. No, Moicano is the underdog. Well, I mean, that might be live odds. I don't know. I could rewind the stream, but I don't feel like it. Let's see. Yeah, no, Beneil looks good though. I mean, other than the cardio, I don't think we saw like a washed anything. So I would have liked a better call out, but I mean, Beneil really like I don't think he wants a title shot against Charles or Ilia. So, like, he's just kind of got to decide what he's working towards. You know, he could go for Dan Hooker. That would be good. I would like to see him versus Dan Hooker. Because, like, Dan Hooker's a guy who he would struggle with the wrestling approach. I mean, everybody thought Hooker was just going to get absolutely obliterated by Gamrot on the ground, but Hooker freaking, he had that dog in him, you know. Nunes and Harrison. What do you guys think? Are we excited for Nunes Harrison? Is anybody excited for that? I don't know too many people who are sad when Nunes retired, but you know, that is like two of the biggest, like literally physically biggest female athletes. So I don't know. If you're gonna get an exciting WMMA fight, that has all the hallmarks to be it, you know. And here's our Dustin Poirier promo. I am genuinely upset that they have Max Holloway versus Poirier as a retirement fight because, like, we've seen it twice already, and it just has no stakes for the division. It's like, let's say Holloway wins. It's like, great, he got that loss back, but like, you beat a retired guy. Like, that has no bearings on the rankings. He's not ranked anymore. He's retired. And then if Poirier wins, it's like, great. Now Max has lost 3 times. It adds nothing to Dustin's legacy because it's like, oh, great, you already beat that guy 2 times. And now it's like Max just lost to a guy who's not even ranked. Where do we put him in the rankings, you know? And let's say Ilia loses tonight. He's probably going to be the #1 contender. Unless they do him like they did Max Holloway with Justin Gaethje, where Gaethje was #2, Holloway comes up, knocks him out, and then they made him like #14 or something like that. I could see them doing that. That would be pretty silly. I could see them doing that. Because, I mean, Ilia deserves to be #1 contender if he loses. Let's see. What are the lightweight rankings right now? It's always fun when you have a title fight with an unranked opponent, which is what we've got tonight. But I mean, obviously, it's Ilia Topuria. Okay. That's pound for pound. I was like, Islam, that's not right. Okay. Vacant championship. #1, Arman Sarukian. Robbery. #2, Charles Olivera. #3, Justin Gaethje. #4, Max Holloway. So they did bump Max up because they had him way too low after the Gaethje fight. #5, Dustin Poirier. #6, Dan Hooker. So Dan Hooker's kicked out of the top 5. That's kind of sad. But I mean, I guess that's how they got Max in there. But once Poirier's out of there, he'll be back at #5, which I think Dan Hooker, #5, that's a pretty solid ranking for him. #7, Mateusz Gamrot. #8, Paddy Pimblett, crazy. #9, Beneil Dariush. #10, Rafael Fiziev. #11, Renato Moicano. #12, Michael Chandler. #13, Grant Dawson. That's funny. #14, Benoit Saint Denis. And #15, Joel Alvarez. So, yeah, where will we put Ilia if he lives? I guess just kick Joel Alvarez out, move everyone down 1, make him the #1 contender, right? I mean, you know. Kind of tired. Got me yawning. Just kidding. No, these are exciting fights. I see more caffeine. But no, yeah, I'm not excited for 318. I do think Max Holloway has a chance in the rematch, though. And as a Max Holloway fan, that's something I want, is for him to avenge that loss against Poirier. Those losses, his 2 losses. Because neither of them are the same fighter as when they first fought, obviously. That was Holloway's debut, and Dustin Poirier was very young in his career. They've both developed a lot since then. But in their second fight, that's when we had Muffin Top Max. That's what his coach was calling him. You had a fat, off the couch Max Holloway, undersized for 55, not nearly muscular enough, overweight. And then you had just Poirier at that point was like the biggest 155er other than Khabib, so Holloway was lighting up Poirier because Poirier honestly doesn't have the best defense. But it was not really there was no respect from Poirier on those shots. And every time Poirier would touch Max, he was getting rocked. Like he was stumbling around so bad. And my stream's crashing out. Hold on. Let me mute that. Yeah, no, it was just absolutely brutal every shot he was landing. So you hate to see it. Now, I think this is an interesting one. Joshua Van's kind of doing like a Sean O'Malley or like a gosh, what's it? Umar Nurmagomedov. He's kind of doing an Umar here, where he's like, you got. Well, I mean, not even Umar, because at least Umar had. Well, no, this is the Corey Sandhagen of that scenario. Yeah, no, like you beat some lower level guys, and now you're fighting the number one contender in a title eliminator, and that's just insane. And they've been doing that a lot lately, which is weird. Now, with that being said, I do think Van poses a lot of threats to Royval. Gosh. Ugh. And I'll be honest, of all these matchups, that's definitely the one that I have the least film study on. So my pick of Royval is kind of more based on just, I feel like it. So, if one of my picks goes wrong, it's going to be this one. But Van is obviously a very devastating striker. Royval's kind of smaller for a 35er, or 25er, sorry. But he's no Kai Car France, right? So sheesh. It'll be interesting. I'm excited for it, but I'm gonna stick with Royval because just anytime you see a huge jump in competition where you're going from like number 15 guys to number 1 guys, people struggle. And momentum gets stopped that way. So like what was the recent example of that? I mean, I guess you could cite Umar, but he honestly had a pretty close fight with Marab. Ugh. That's cool. He bought his mom a house. Buckley. That's the one I was thinking of. Yeah, Joaquin Buckley. He didn't jump up nearly as egregiously as we saw here. Go away. He didn't jump up nearly as egregiously as we saw here, but like Buckley was very, very hot, and then he got put in there against, one of the top guys in Usman. No, geez. Do they ever show their actual fight day weight or only the weigh-in weights? So it depends on which state they're fighting in, because some athletic commissions require you to publicize which or publicize their cage side weight, basically, like the weight they're walking in the cage at. Some athletic commissions require that, so you can sometimes find them, other times not. It's not like a standard thing that the UFC does, or they wish. I wish they would, where they publish those, because it is nice to see, but you can get an idea just based on those athletic commission required ones. You can get an idea of who the bigger fighter is a lot of the time. Like Khabib was massive. You look at like Colby Covington. Colby Covington didn't cut weight, and he was weighing in cage side very like Khabib was weighing in heavier than Colby Covington cage side, which is just insane. Yeah, no, I wish they would like broadcast it a little more, but I think there's just kind of a stigmatism. Yeah. No, a kind of a stigma around the water cutting because people cut so much water in the UFC and it really is dangerous. So I think they kind of want to keep it on the down low. They don't want to like advertise just how much these fighters are really gaining post weight cuts. Let's see here. Sorry, there we go. Yeah, my viewers dropped randomly, and I was like, "Oh, did my stream crash?" Nope, we're good. Yeah, no, I mean, I'm sure the UFC doesn't want it out there. It's not healthy. It's not great. Um, I think people kind of overemphasize the dangers of it. Like, obviously, it's bad for your kidneys, and it it's not good for you to intentionally dehydrate yourself. But if you're doing it correctly, it's not as risky. And they are doing it correctly. Like they have no fighters going in there without scientific knowledge behind their weight cut. They're doing a proper water load followed by a sodium cut, and then when they're sweating out, they're not just torturing themselves in the sauna. I mean, it's not fun, right? Like they usually say, "Oh, it feels like you're dying," right? Because your heart rate spikes, and but they're not like the old school wrestlers in the sweatsuit trying to kill themselves on a assault bike type thing. It's very calculated when you have your diet dialed in and all that. And the more muscular guys generally have the easier weight cuts too. I mean, you look at like Dricus du Plessis at 185, he is just massive, absolutely jacked. And Alex Pereira is not nearly as muscular as he is, but he had a much harder time making 185 than Dricus seems to. And that's just because muscle retains so much water and so much glycogen, which binds to the water molecules. And so when you just deplete yourself of all of that, you don't have a hard weight cut. Like, here's a good example. Justin Gaethje did not cut weight, at least like watershed, via saunaing until he fought Fazeev, which was like 2 years ago. And Gaethje looks really big in there. And it's because Gaethje just does the water load and the sodium cut and the glycogen cut. And so he's just doing it like basically through diet. He's not, putting on the sauna suit. He's not getting in a sauna. Like he's just scientific, calculated. I eat these things and then I come in on weight. And you know that he doesn't really talk about the specifics of that, but you know that because when he was gonna fight Tony Ferguson, he was like close to on weight before their first matchup got canceled. And then he like binged with his brother and he gained like 14 pounds. And it's like, you didn't gain 14 pounds of fat. They should try fight milk. Yeah, I agree. Official drink of the UFC. Um, Yeah, no, like you don't gain 14 pounds of fat just from eating a lot. You gain maybe one, and then the rest of that was just water that he put back on because he was dehydrating himself, or not dehydrating himself, he was depleting himself of glycogen and of carbohydrates. Yeah, no, fight milk's where it's at. I love fight milk. It's good stuff. It would be so fun to break into a press conference like those guys did. Now this is an interesting one though. Like I said, I have not done film study for this one really at all. I've seen like half of a Joshua Van fight and a couple of Royval fights, so we're gonna see. We're gonna see if I get lucky on this pick. Okay. Yeah, Royval is bigger than I thought he'd be against Van there. Those jabs are pretty fast. I mean, obviously they're flyweights, but sheesh. Yeah, a lot of leg kicks. But Royval's on the back foot. He's already showing a lot of respect for Van's power, which is smart. Let's see here. Yeah, a lot of good distance management from Royval. Van just kind of only needs to get in once though, and he can put him out. Sheesh, yeah. See, that's what I'm talking about. Oof. Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, see, he's feeling those shots. So now Van's on the front foot with the leg kicks. Jeez. Yeah, Royval's got a pretty linear game plan here, it seems. Jab, leg kick, jab, leg kick. Came in with the hook to the floating rib. Jeez, see the way he bites on those leg kicks. Sorry, I had to sneeze there. I think my mic should cancel that out at that decibel level, but I don't know. Deesh. Well, that was a good uppercut, but he ate a hook on the way out. Oh, yeah. No, no. See, this is the issue for Royval. Is it's like he'll probably outland Van, but Van's shots are the more impactful ones. So Van's going to win the round. And where's Royval's finishing ability here? Like he's not on course to win a decision right now. Sheesh. Good head movement by Royval there. Oh, see, he just dropped him. He's brutal. Oh, yeah. No, yeah. No, I'm not gonna have a good. I'm not gonna have a perfect pick rate for this. It looks like because yeah, even if Van doesn't knock him out, it doesn't seem like Royval has anywhere to take the fight that's not here. He went for a knee there. That was pretty good though. Let's see. He's going for those knee stomps too. Oh, yeah. I really wonder what Royval's game plan was here. Like, why did he take this fight? Geesh. Okay, he's using the clinch well, kind of a green red green type approach. I guess that was his game plan here. But and to just kind of point fight with him, but like that's really hard to win because it really only takes a couple of shots to steal a round. And these are big shots Van is landing too. Sheesh. I'm interested in this corner advice. You know, that's not bad advice. They're telling him to quit overextending on the left and to drop into a hook. Oh my gosh, look at that replay. That's gross. And see that's the thing is you can't point fight a power puncher unless your defense is perfect. That's the issue Strickland had against Strikers there in their first fight. And it's why he lost on one of the judges' scorecards against Paulo Costa, is because you don't need that much to steal around when all you're doing is, landing jabs. Well, Jack Hermansson's doing okay after getting murdered. That's nice to hear. Let's see here. Gosh. He's not overextending as much, so it's just not. It's not the overextending that was the issue here. It's crazy with the reach advantage he has that he's struggling this much in the pocket. But like, and I like what he's doing with the clinch knees, but like he's not maintaining the clinch. Like I know Royval isn't a grappler, but I feel like the trip is there. And that might be a better game plan here. Good gosh. Let's see here. Gosh, now Van's getting pieced up. Hey, maybe I spoke too soon. But it's that reach advantage. He's actually using it better. It was a good adjustment from his coach. I mean, I did just kind of say I don't think it was the overextending that was the issue, but no, it was a good adjustment from his coach to have him instead of just lunging out with his chin out on these rights to tuck in with the hook. And just that first round of just bite down on his mouthpiece, go forward. That wasn't smart. This is much better approach from Royval. I don't know if he's going to win the round still though. And then at that point he's down 2. And where's Royval's finishing ability here? Like it's just not there. But maybe he can steal the round. I mean, there's still 2 minutes left, so it's not hopeless, but it's not looking great. He's stinging him now though. It looks like Van is starting to react a little bit more to these strikes. So, maybe there's hope. And my stream crashed. Hold on. Okay. There we go. I'm at a minute 55, 54, 53. Let's see here. Oh, yeah. See, that was he's making the same mistake again with the crosses, but this time Van is biting a lot more, so he managed to get some respect for the striking, and he's not getting countered quite as cleanly. Gosh, yeah, some hard 1-2s. He caught him there though. Yeah. Royval got caught on the exit there, so he's reading the counter again. Van is. Let's see here. Yeah. They're talking about not a single takedown, which not super surprising. Oh boy, hold on, man. That ESPN Plus pay-per-view's struggling right now. Man, this is a good fight too, though. No, we've had an exciting card so far. Sheesh. Oh, they're really trading. Just right in the pocket now. Or game plan's out the window for both of them. Although I guess this kind of is Van's game plan, so I don't know. Maybe just for Rival. Hate to see it. Sheesh. Uh, man, that's the round. Oh, clipped right there at the end. That's brutal. That was a good round. Yeah, head movement. Let's see here. There we go. Stream's actually working now. These are some smooth slips, actually, but those aren't. Yeah, no, I could see this 1-1. And then, if he wins this round, hey, you know what I see coming? I see a Royval robbery coming. That's what I see coming. And then my pick is still good because, like we learned with Arman Sarukian, nobody actually cares if it was a robbery. See these 1-2s are starting to hurt Van a bit more. He's reacting to him. First, yeah, I give the oh shoot, sorry, hold on. I gave the first round of Van. I think Royval edged out that second round, but it was close. It's hard to say. This one, yeah, Van is still cracking him with like every shot, but Royval's gotten more respect to the striking. We're definitely seeing Van bite on his 1-2s a lot more. It's kind of just a boxing match though, which is surprising. No. Yeah. No, they're just swinging. And if you're gonna get into a power war with Joshua Van, you're gonna get knocked out. But so far he hasn't. His head movements, he's evaded some big shots, and he's really, I don't know, he's eaten some big ones too, though. And obviously it's flyweight. It hurts a little bit less when you're this big, but like, oh man, Van just puts people out, and to just stand there and bite down and trade with him is like, it's not the game plan I was expecting. But I guess it's partially because Royval knows that his just he just ate a 1-2. Royval did, but yeah, Royval knows he can't just jab on the outside and win because he kept getting clipped too much. He's oh man, he also hasn't really landed any of these knees he comes in with because Van just kind of leans back pretty well. Kind of reminds me of Fiziev a little bit. Sheesh. Royval's got his hands totally down now. Oh. Oh, no. Yeah. He's got his hands at his waist as he's running away. That is not good. Not a lot of time left. And there was a knee stomp from Van. He kept going for those, but Royval smothered him pretty well. He's kind of making it so Van's stomp lands more on his shin, which obviously still doesn't feel great for your knee, but it's not nearly as bad as if it's above the knee or on the kneecap. Gosh. Oh, what was that? I don't really know what backed Royval up there. It looked like an elbow. Ugh. Yeah, he's eating these hooks. This is Van's round so far. Yeah, he's getting countered too much. Hey, that was good though. I think Royval's probably outlanding, and like I said, he's gotten more respect with the striking, but he's just not stinging him the way he's getting stung. So I think they should give it to Van if it continues like this. But that I'm feeling a Royval robbery. And yeah, that knee stomp was on. He slipped that last one. Oh, but that first one he did not like. Oh, and he just slipped. There's another knee stomp. 4 knee stomps in a row. Has Royval ever blown out an ACL or something like that? I mean, Royval does stand pretty bladed, but I'm confused as to why that's Van's approach for. Oh, and he dropped him with another knee stomp. And then he went for another knee stomp. Oh my goodness. He thinks he's John Jones out here trying to end people's careers. Gosh. Yeah, no. Van should take this. Van is definitely out there. So yeah. That robbery's not coming. It's 2-1 Van. And he just dropped Royval. Come on, Royval, grab guard. Grab guard. You got it. Yep. He survived. Yeah, that was insane, right? No, that was absolutely crazy. Those freaking knee stomps. He dropped him with a knee stomp. And then, oh man, he nearly had it at the end. If there was 10 more seconds, I would have been a little bit more concerned. I kind of felt like he was going to survive, which he did. He got the feet on hips, landed the up kick, but that was insane. Yeah, that was close. That was close. Yeah, but there goes my Royval robbery. There's no way they give that last round to Royval. Was that Dominic Cruz in his corner? I don't know. I don't think it was. Gee, oh my gosh. Yeah, see, Van had no head movement. Van had no head movement at all, which is not good when you have a disadvantage in the reach. He was just eating so much to get on the inside. He was honestly kind of fighting like old school Marab. Gosh, yeah, no, that loses the round for sure. Yeah. 2-1 Van. So I did pick Royval. That's unfortunate. But yeah. Well, I still got 2 more fights. We'll see what my pick rate ends up being. Sheesh. Yeah, Royval outlanded him for sure. Definitely threw more strikes. But he just wasn't, especially in that first round, he just didn't have the same pop. And if he had been more disciplined in the first round, he could have won this fight because he could have won that first round if he just wasn't just overextending. But yeah, I don't know. I think Royval felt like he needed to finish, but he just didn't. That wasn't his pathway to victory here. 29-28. Oh, 30-27. Yep. Yep. 2-1 Van. That sucks. Let's see how good Van is on the mic. I'm curious. I don't have high hopes, I'll be honest.
First of all, I want to thank my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ.
Hey, we like that.
To answer your question, man, I've been training for 5 years.
That is so
That's crazy. He's only been training for 5 years.
Rapidly, and for you to come off that Bruno Silva win just 3 weeks ago, step in here and fight the #1 contender and walk away with a victory like that, absolutely sensational.
Yeah, man, Bruno Silva fight, I broke my toe. And in the fight, I kind of feel it, so you know what I mean?
You broke your toe 3 weeks ago.
That's funny.
Yeah,
That's crazy. I forgot that Joshua Van was fighting like on a 2-week turnaround here, or a 3-week turnaround. Who was the original opponent for Royval? I kind of feel bad for Royval because he takes Joshua Van on a short notice to save his spot on the card. That's rough, you know. Who was he originally supposed to go against?
I wanted to get the finish, but you know, like
you almost got it in that 3rd round.
Yeah, like they say, you know, Nate Diaz, the Diaz brothers, they never lost a fight; they just ran out of time. So that's
Let's see.
But listen, you won the fight and you ran out of time because you almost finished him. But you almost finished the #1 contender.
I don't know.
You were not even ranked just recently.
Yeah,
Who's
man,
Brandon
team, we know, we
Royval supposed to fight?
Just time to show the world. And hey, you guys, man, what's that fight of the night?
Oh, it's Kate. Menal Kate. That would see. Yeah, that kind of sucks because I was more interested in the potential Kate matchup anyway. That's crazy.
Right before we're going to watch the world title fight, a really special performance. I want you to enjoy it. Congratulations, sir. Yes,
Did not see that coming because I did zero film study, though, to be fair. But yeah. No, yeah, but going from 12 to #1 contender and then Pantoja, like Van's not beating Pantoja. He's got power, but you know, you saw how Royval was stinging him with jabs. Like Pantoja's just too big. Like Pantoja should be a 35er. He just should be. And you know, it's smart that he doesn't move up because he's not beating Marab, but he's been asking to move up actually to get a double champ shot, which I think he deserves. So, hey, Matt Hughes. Gotta love it.
Michael Chandler is here as
Chandler.
UFC flyweight champ, the assassin baby Brandon.
It's crazy that he's ranked number 12 now, Michael Chandler.
UFC bantamweight champ has a date in China with Brian Ortega later this week.
Now that's an interesting one. Aljo versus Ortega. Anybody have any thoughts on that? Because I'm very excited for that. I thought Ortega was moving up to 155. Like I thought he said, win or lose after Diego Lopez, I'm moving to 55. But he just wanted to do one more 45 fight to fight Lopez because he wasn't able to fight him, and that was when Dan Ige fought him on 1 day's notice, which was absolutely insane because that was no training off the couch, Dan Ige. Sorry, my my stream was struggling there. Yeah. No, like 1 day off the couch, Dan Ige comes in, freaking took Diego Lopez to decision, and Diego Lopez nearly knocked out Ortega, dropped Volkanovski, so that's insane. Respect to Ige for that, but you know, other than that, Ige is Ige. Let's see here. Yep. Okay. But no, I think I favor Sterling in that fight, honestly, which is kind of sad for what's his face? Freaking gosh. It's kind of sad for Ortega because yeah, I favor Sterling. Ortega's got the better guard, obviously, but he has a very, very traditional jujitsu style. Obviously Gracie trained, and he's really gonna have a hard time with Sterling's back takes and his wrestling. Because I don't think like when Sterling takes you down, he takes you down similar to how we were seeing Beneil Dariush take down Moicano, like he gets in on the single leg and then he like slides over to your back against the cage. And he's a very good cage wrestler, which is why he was like a Division III wrestler in college. He was never that good, but he trashes D1 wrestlers in the UFC just because his fence wrestling is very good. See, why can't I? No, I can't hear my desktop.
To successfully defend this title, you just don't.
Yeah, there we go. Now, Pantoja versus Kai Kara France. This is basically a free title defense for Pantoja. Kai Kara France has very good knockout power, but he could make 115, like legitimately. If he tried to cut down to 115, he could do it. He's a very small 125er. And what sucks for someone like him is, there isn't a 115 to go down to. So, the only title fight he can realistically get is against Pantoja, but Pantoja is so big. And Pantoja was just tanking shots from Steve Erceg, and Steve Erceg has legitimate knockout power as well. And especially the elbows Erceg was landing over the top, like he was just eating those and not even reacting to them. Like even if Kai Kara France gets his perfect optimum, just like crazy overhand, like what's it gonna do? So Pantoja by whatever he wants. Basically, he'll get him down. And that's the other thing too is Kai Kara France is not amazing off of his back. He's got a pretty limited ground game. He's definitely not going to wrestle with him. So not a lot of pathways to victory. He could try to point fight on the outside, maybe, but he's shorter. So, and we got his little Maori dance. I do like Kai Kara France though, legitimately. I think he's a cool dude. I like watching him fight too. But I was very sad to watch Steve Erceg get flatlined the way he did. So, you know. What do we think? Anybody think Kai Kara France stands a chance here? Anybody at all? Yeah. He has a lot of first round knockouts, especially for 125. I think Daniel Cormier pointed that out to him. He's like, you're not supposed to have all these. And it's crazy because of how small he is, too. Like the power he has on those overhands for how small he is. You would think if there's a guy who could knock out Pantoja, it's someone like him, but just like, no. And he's not a very technical boxer either. Like you can even see on these highlights here, he's really just sloppily winging these shots. Yeah, but no, just look at Pantoja's back takes here. Like, Yeah, no. I think Pantoja probably will look to wrestle, but like even if he stays on the feet, he should take this. Let's see this walkout. I really did think Steve Erceg was going to beat Kai France too. Did not realize that Steve Erceg cannot defend overhands, which I get. They're tricky to deal with. Don't get me wrong, but like, yeah, okay, that's kind of a mid walkout. Not gonna lie. It's a decent song, I guess. He looks locked in, but I don't think, yeah, I don't think it's gonna amount to anything. You know, he doesn't look nervous, but I mean, you really don't have to be too nervous when you're going into a fight with Pantoja, because, like, yeah, I mean, he's big, but like, he's not gonna hurt you. He's just gonna choke you out. You know, it's not that bad. No, no, I mean, Pantoja is like an exciting fighter. I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of watching him, but part of that's just because his fights have been really repetitive. I mean, Figueiredo twice, Royval like 3 times. So, like, what's nice here is we're actually going to get some novelty with that. But you know, you know, yeah. But see, and that's the issue though, is it's like even though it's a new fighter, it's just going to be a repeat of his previous game plan because he's dealing with someone who's so undersized and has such a linear pathway to victory that plays perfectly into his skill set of just, oh, let me get you down, take your back, choke you out. Like when it comes to Pantoja, it's just kind of like, oh, more of the same. You tank everything, you don't really get bothered by any strikes, and you take him down and you choke him out. But I feel bad for Pantoja. Like, if there's one champion right now who deserved a double champ fight or a super fight, it was Pantoja. And he's been asking for it, and they haven't given it to him. And Merab is a very active champion, so they could make it happen. I think the UFC doesn't really like doing those, mostly because, obviously a card just having a belt on the line, it's just going to sell more pay-per-views. That's just how it works. Like, that's why the BMF belt is a thing, honestly. The BMF belt exists because they had pay-per-views where they didn't have champions to fill them, so they put the BMF belt on it. And that's what they did with Dustin Poirier versus Justin Gaethje, and it's what they are doing with Max Holloway versus Dustin Poirier. Crazy that Dustin Poirier is getting 2 shots of the BMF belt, but Yeah, that's why. And so if you have two champions fighting each other, that's one pay-per-view for two champions. You lose the ability to have the next month be the other champion, right? And so when you lose that, yeah, like if you're a business, you don't like that. But still, like the Super Fight sells so well anyway, and they're really struggling with pay-per-view sales anyway. And Pantoja's not a pay-per-view draw, so like, I don't get it. I don't get it. But at the same time, Pantoja versus Marab, it's exactly like what I'm saying about Kai Kara France versus Pantoja, except this time Pantoja's the undersized guy, and he's going against freaking Marab. Like I talked about it in my last video. Like, who's gonna stop Marab right now? Like, if Pantoja gets Marab's back, maybe, but it's Marab, and he's way bigger. That's why Pantoja had so much or had such a hard time with Figueiredo, is because Figueiredo was the 125er who could actually match his attributes, which is why Figueiredo was forced to move to 135 himself. He was just too big for the weight class. But as we saw against Corey Sandhagen, he's not faring super well up there. Although he has gotten a little bit bigger, but like he went from being oversized to undersized. And that's kind of what sucks about 10-pound increments. That's what really sucks about the 15-pound jump from 155 to 170. They really should make it 175 and then add a 165, but Dana doesn't like that idea, so it's never going to happen. Does anybody else feel like Dana White's just checked out of the UFC? Yeah, here we go. Five round. I like the flags that they do on the ring of the octagon.
Our three judges scoring this contest from octagon side are Sally Amato, Ben Cartlidge, and Ron McCarthy. And when the action begins, our referee in charge of the octagon, Herb Dean. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, a mixed martial artist, fully professional record, 25 wins, 11 losses, 1 no contest. He stands 5 feet 4 inches tall, weighing in at 125 pounds. Fighting out of Auckland, Australia, presenting the number 4 ranked flyweight contender in the world.
That's the other thing, is it doesn't feel like Kai has really earned a title shot, but at the same time, Pantoja's cleared out of the division, so it's like, who else are you going to give it to? Royval for a 4th time? I mean, Joshua Van now, yeah, but I think he's going to have all the same problems Kai Kara France is going to have, although he'll have better kicks, obviously.
A mixed martial artist, fully professional record, 29 wins, 5 losses. He stands 5 feet 5 inches tall, weighing in.
I think Pantoja might be the best 125er we've ever seen. As crazy as that is to say, in a world where Demetrius Johnson was alive. But I think Pantoja would beat DJ, which is part of why he called him out.
Defending UFC flyweight champion of the world, Alexandre, the Cannibal Pantoja.
All right, gentlemen, we've been over the rules. Protect yourself at all times. Follow my instructions. We're going to keep it clean. Touch gloves and let's do it.
This will be interesting, though.
They didn't get the camera treatment like Alex Pineda and
It wasn't bad. Okay, Pantoja working off of these hooks. France is already on the back foot, and see, Kaikar France is already rocked. He's already rocked, and now he's got the back. Yep, and he just dropped him down. Man, Kai's getting his hips higher, but and now they're not. And he's got the body triangle. He's got the full body triangle locked in already. Pantoja's really, really technical on the ground, and those back kicks are so good. But this is exactly what Kaikar France needed to have been expecting for all of his training camp. He looks like he's conserving energy here or something. I mean, he's got the arms locked. But when you have a body triangle, you're not worried about an arm bar. I guess he's more going for the 2-on-1. And then he's kind of hooking his gloves a little bit at the fingertips there. Okay, he's fighting the feet. He initially had good defense, but I don't really know what he's going for now that he's in the body triangle. You would hope he spent a lot of his training camp in this position right here. Not liking those hits there. So he's doing good here. When somebody has your back, what you want to do is you want your head to be on the mat and the person who has your back to have their head above yours. Then you can turn onto your back and you're kind of giving it mount at that point, but at least you're not in danger of the choke and you can work on getting half guard and then regarding. And he's going for that. So, but now Pantoja's doing a really good job of keeping it so his head is the one against the mat. And he's got the crossface there. He's getting close to sliding that choke in. He lost it. But like Pantoja could finish the fight right here, which is just insane. Okay, yeah. He got his back down, but Pantoja has a head and arm. He has a tight head and arm too. Oh, but France is turning into it. Kaikar France turned into it perfectly. Pantoja probably could have gotten the back off of that, but he's just slid over to mount. And now he's in half guard. There we go. Pantoja locked up the figure 4 on that half guard. But I don't like him just hanging out on his side like this. It's like Pantoja's back kicks are so clean. Obviously, he doesn't want to be eating elbows from him, though, either. He's definitely in a pick your poison type situation there. Jeez. Yeah. Kaikar France being so undersized with Pantoja just laying on top of him, smothering him too. Like, this is not a good position for him to be in. Like, you're just so fatigued on bottom here against a bigger guy. Sheesh. Yeah, he needs to slide his left knee in and re-guard. Pantoja's working on getting his shoulder in on his neck, though. He's setting up like a Von Flu. Sheesh. Yeah, no. Pantoja's doing a really good job of getting that shoulder under the chin. Now he's using his head to kind of push his chin out of the way. I think that's legal. I don't really know. I know head clashes are illegal, like a headbutt, but yeah, that shoulder pressure is brutal. Sheesh. Sorry, excuse me. No, I mean what the commentators are saying is right. Like, he's not going to win this round. He just needs to survive and get to the next one. But like, what's he going to do with the next one? Be on the back foot again, and then get tagged again, and then get dropped again, and then get his back taken again. Like, Kaikar France, I respect him for taking this fight, but nobody's going to turn down a title fight. You get paid so much more for them. But it's just he doesn't have a pathway to victory here. Yeah. Yeah, no, the live odds have Pantoja at minus 800, which no surprise there. That's honestly like what it should have been from the start, pretty much. It's insane. Yeah, see again, just 1-2 down the middle from Pantoja, puts France right on the back foot. He feints a level change. France bites on it hard, also backs up. But now Pantoja is holding the center, which is an interesting approach. You see those leg kick, like the power differential here. And that's Kai Kara France, who's got insane power, but the power differential between these two, like it's just you're fighting a 135er as a 120 as a 115-pound fighter. Like this is just a total mismatch attributes wise. Like legitimately, I think Kai Kara France could make 115 if he needed to. But there is obviously no 115-pound division, at least for men. Sheesh. Yeah, no, Pantoja's just holding the center now, which I'm not really sure why. I mean, maybe because he knows he's gonna win the round regardless, probably, but like he's just kind of hanging out here in the center of the octagon. Okay, see, oh my gosh, yeah, Kai is just biting so hard on these shots. And that leg kick was perfect, like on the outside. As Kai was turning in, like Kai's not liking these shots at all. Like they just, oh man, the power differential. I've said it like 4 times now, but the power differential is just, oh, that leg kick, and he dropped him again. That wasn't even like a takedown. He just kind of slammed into him. It might have been a guard pull, in all honesty. Like, like was that a takedown or guard pulling? I don't even know because that was insane. Just yeah. No, Kai Kara France just can't match his attributes here, and it's just like did we really? I get that he beat Steve Usyk, but did we? And I guess he deserves it. But did we really need to see this fight? Like, when was it ever going to be different than this? Sheesh. Mr. Cole, or however you say your name. I'm sorry. You want to tell me how to say your name? I would appreciate it. But are you still here? I believe you're subscribed, right? No, yeah. The the mismatch that we had in this matchup is insane. I don't like every bit of promotional material from Kai Kara France was just like, oh, we were Maori and we're Islanders and we're gonna bring the belt to New Zealand and whatever. And it's like, What was the game plan, though? Sheesh. Good takedown defense now from Kai Kara-France. You know, he's digging the underhooks. He's got his back to the cage. It's obviously something he had been working on. But like, other than takedown defense, like, what's your plan for Pantoja? Because like he just defended that takedown, good. But every shot, it's like Max Holloway versus Dustin Poirier too. Like he's getting so much more hurt than he is hurting him. It, yeah, there's a lot of similarities now that I think about it to Dustin Poirier versus Max Holloway too. Sheesh. Maybe maybe we throw those Hail Mary overhands now, Kai. You're just gonna get more tired. You're gonna lose more power. Like what do you even do if you're Kai here? Because Pantoja is so technical when you have the technique advantage and just an insane physicality advantage. Like, what do you do, right? It's not even. It's not even close. Sheesh. Yeah, we're just waiting around for. We're waiting around for the Charles fight. That's what we're doing at this point. I would like to see a sub, but you know, Kai's probably gonna survive. We're just gonna watch this over and over again. 3 more rounds. And then we get to watch Charles. And that I'm very excited for. But like, yeah, when you're coming in undersized, you have to have somewhere you can take the fight. And it's not on the feet, and it's definitely not on the ground. Kai has nowhere to take this fight. Ready, set, go. Come on. There we go. Nice little glove touch. Yeah, they both look like they're a bit more tired, actually, which is kind of surprising. Pantoja's expending more energy than I thought he would have. I guess Kai could have a pathway to victory if he could gas Pantoja out, but that's not going to happen because he's just getting laid on so much. Oh, man. See, those are some heavy shots from Kai. He dug that whizzer, though. That's good takedown defense. He got the back take. He's got the hook in and he's slid it across the back leg or the left leg. I don't know why he's going for a standing back take. Okay, there we go. Yeah, he got him down. I like that takedown from the back. I do that myself sometimes where you'll circle around. And a lot of times when you have this hip control from the back, people will try to lean back into you and push down on the hands to fight like the suplex, or they'll even like hook a leg into yours so you can't pick them up. Because that's what people are expecting, is they're expecting you to pick them up and dump them. Especially when you're the bigger, stronger guy. They kind of see that coming, so they lean into it to try and prevent it. So if they're leaning backwards, it's kind of like when you're playing tug of war with a dog and you just let go and the dog just goes flying. It's like they're leaning into you. So instead of picking them up and pushing forward, you just yank them backwards and shoot the legs over, grab the hooks, and then slide up into the body triangle. That hits a lot. That's in. That's in. That's in. It's not behind the head though. He's got the hand on the top of the head, but it's under the chin now. France is fighting it. France is fighting it. He's keeps pulling that top in. Then there's the tap. Yep. There it is. I mean, did we expect anything different than what just happened? That's how all of Pantoja's fights go. And that's the issue with him, really, is like he's exciting to watch, but it's just the same thing over and over again against a lot of the same guys. So, you know, it is what it is. Charles is on next. Charles is on next. Who's nervous? Not me. I've literally seen the future. Charles is going to knock out Ilia Topuria. It's just going to happen. Charles Olivera knocking out Ilia Topuria. Official. Yeah. Sorry. 1 second. All five. So sorry. What? I can't see. Should be wrong. I tried to get it. Yeah, no, it's on. So try my phone. Yeah, try that and switch it back and forth. I don't know. How you? Sorry about that. Yeah, no, I don't know. But when you see a 135er go against a 115-pound fighter, like, yeah, that's all we could have expected. How was that post-fight speech? How was it? Or did it even happen? I don't think it happened. My bad. Geesh. Yeah, here we go. I'm curious what the scorecards were for round one. I thought that was probably a 10-8 also. And still. Flyweight champion of the world. Yep. Amazing. You love to see it.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am here with the winner and still one of the greatest to ever do it, Alexandre Pantoia. You fought a
Who's
very
excited to
tough
see Ilia Topuria get
knockout
knocked out for the first time
dominating
ever?
fight. How good did that feel?
I'm excited. Hey, we're at 60% Charles now. All the Ilia Topuria fanboys have left. That's good. So sick of people. So sick of people acting like Ilia Topuria is Thanos. It's like he's inevitable. He's this unstoppable force that there's nothing you can do. Which I kind of was talking that way about Pantoja here, but the thing is that is the case in this matchup with Pantoja Kai Kara France. It's not the case in Charles Olivera versus Ilia Topuria. Why is everybody acting like there's nowhere he can take the fight where he's better? There's so many places where he can put Ilia Topuria where Ilia Topuria will not perform well.
You were hunting the back many times in the fight, but towards the end, you got that arm under the chin.
What do we got here? Oh, still the bit rate.
Go to that position. A lot of guys training for that, but I'm still involved, I'm part of the America top team. Every time I need to say thank you to Dan Lambert to create the best gym of the world.
Audio stream's bit rate is lower. Can you guys hear me? I think at least one person would tell me if I was muted right now. But I'll hop in on my phone just to check. All right, let's see here.
He will be next in line to challenge you for your title. We're going to bring him in here tonight.
Where is here? Where is Josh? Bring it here. Bring it here.
Joshua, come on up.
All right, check. Now they got the face off with Joshua. Yeah, no, I can hear me. That's good. That was funny. Yeah, it was giving me a warning saying I had no audio, but I think that's just because of the discrepancy between OBS and the YouTube studio. So, yeah, hey, here we go. We're getting ready for the main event now. It's coming. I'm very excited. Ilia Topuria is going to get knocked out for the first time ever in his career. First ever loss from Charles the Bronx. Van versus Pantoja is a good fight, but it's another Umar. It's another Buckley. You know, it's another Sean O'Malley. It's a guy who got a high fight, number one contender fight way too early. And I don't think, I mean, it's closer. The gap is closer between Van and Pantoja than we just saw with Kai Kara France and Pantoja. But it's not closed enough. Like, Van is not going to match Pantoja's physicality. And if you can't match Pantoja's physicality, like, where can you take the fight that you're better than him, you know? And I don't see anybody in that top 10 who can take the fight somewhere where they're better than him.
Hey, it's exciting, but sometimes you get a lot more than you bite off, because this dude right here, you bite off more than you can chew, and that might be possible with anyone fighting Alexandre Pantoja. He just keeps evolving and getting better.
And tonight he passes Demetrius.
I'm very excited for this next fight, though. Very excited. I don't think I've said that more than 15 times.
Future in the Hall of Fame, still plenty in the present. Donald Cowboy Cerrone already in the UFC Hall of Fame.
Donald Cerrone. Who doesn't like Cowboy? He's not my favorite. Theo Vaughn. What a guy. Jamal. Vitor. Decent little crowd here. Decent little audience. Patty Pimblett. Yeah, I like the crowd energy for this pay-per-view. Tom Aspinall, Adesanya.
Sponsored by Bet365. TNT Sports, powered by Burghouse.
So many ads these days too, which, I mean, I get why, because they're struggling to sell pay-per-views, but I don't know. I don't like the ads. Like, why do they let Dustin Poirier make like half the commercials? It's ridiculous. Dustin Poirier is a terrible actor. Horrible. And that Bud Light ad that they play like a million times at pay-per-view, like, I hate it so much. And they play it all the time. And then that Toyo Tires one is like not much better. It's slightly less cringe, but it's still the same bad acting. Well, excuse me. A lot of ads. Show me Charles already. I want to see my boy. Come on.
Manage your kids' time online with EE Wi-Fi controls, helping them to switch off.
Topuria by occult manifestation. No. Charles by the power of friendship. I'm calling it right now. Charles by the power of friendship. Come on. Have a little bit of faith. I mean, that's the whole point of the title of the stream, right? Sorry, excuse me. Let's see here. Yeah. Let's see it. No more power slap. Show me Charles. You know, now I'm starting to feel nervous. And I think it's just because of the anticipations from all the stupid power slap ads. Let's see Charles already.
This island was the research
What's this?
for the original Jurassic Park.
Oh, Jurassic Park. They're making another Jurassic Park movie. Or Jurassic World or whatever. Isn't that fun? I didn't know about that. Did not know about that.
Jurassic World, rated PG-13 in theaters.
I guess I should have known about that because it's coming out in like 2 days, 4 days, whenever that is. So that's kind of awkward. Here we go. Here we go. There he is. I think they'll have Ilia walk out first because he's not ranked. So we'll get to hear his little Spanish music here soon. I'm a little nervous, but no, Charles is going to get the knockout, no question. I mean, it's not a question in anyone's mind, certainly not in any of your minds, right? But no, I'm a little nervous. I'm not as nervous as I was for some other ones though, because I feel like we know how this is going to go, right? Like either or not either. One of them is going to be on the back foot, right? And that's going to determine who's going to be winning the fight in that moment, is whoever's on the back foot. And I just don't see Ilia putting Charles on the back foot the same way he was putting Max Holloway on the back foot or Alexander Volkanovski on the back foot. I mean, Charles is ready to walk him down and just go toe-to-toe with him. And he's not going to do it in a reckless way, but he's going to do it in a way that Ilia is just not ready for. I mean, when you look at the open workouts even, Ilia was just, like ripping his same combos on the pads against the cage. Whereas, like, he's used to being able to pressure his opponents. He's so comfortable with that. You see it in his sparring footage, too. Like, he very rarely gets put on the back foot himself, and he doesn't train in that position. When you really break him down, when you boil down Ilia's style, it's a linear style. It's just like Pantoia. He has one set of things, one chain of events that he's very good at. And if he can't get you on that chain, he's not performing his game. And it doesn't really matter to him because he knocks everybody out at some point by getting him in that chain. But in the moments he's not in that chain, he's usually losing. Like, you'll see it in his highlights here. Every single highlight, the guy's against the fence. Every single knockout, even like the Ryan Hall knockout, which took place on the ground. It was on the ground against the fence that Ryan Hall got knocked out, not out in the open. When has Ilia ever knocked someone out in the open?
He's a lion. All the respect to him, but I represent the new generation of the mixed martial arts.
This is crazy. One step ahead in every area, says Charles. Striking and grappling. It's so true. It's so true. Charles is just better everywhere. I honestly think Charles's defense might be better too. I know that's crazy to say, but I think Charles's defense is legitimately better. Yeah, I'm we're going to see history here right now. We're going to see the man himself, the guy, the king, get knocked out by Charles Olivera. Imagine the insanity. You knock out Volkanovski, you knock out Max Holloway, and then you're ready for the biggest fight of your life, and then you get knocked out yourself. Like, that's the story we're about to see. You honestly got to feel bad for Ilia a little bit, knowing that. Knowing that he has literally no chance against that man. Why do they have Charles walking out first? What in the world? That's so weird. Because Charles is ranked at lightweight. Why is Charles the blue corner? Like, it's not that big of a deal, but, like, he's the credentialed champion. He's ranked. Why is he in the blue corner? I guess because Ilia didn't lose his belt, but, like, I don't get it. And he's still wearing his glasses. That's kind of interesting.
Well, it's a stern test for anybody at 155 pounds. Charles Olivera is so talented.
It's so weird.
Every element of the game. He's so good standing. He's so
like, because Ilia stopped being champion the second that the unification for the vacant started, like when the octagon doors closed on Volk and Lopez, that's when he stopped being champion. So you're not giving him red corner because of that. So I don't know. I'm confused.
And it he became one of the best pound-for-pound
I'm really
fighters ever
confused.
to do it. And it was amazing to watch. And the Charles Olivera that you see standing in front of you is a nightmare for everyone in the division.
That's weird.
It's a huge task for Oliveira to come in here and one more time.
All right, I'm excited here. Yeah, look at that. You know, the shorts have grown on me. I didn't like the favela shorts. I mean, like, it's cool because they're favelas. I thought the pattern looked kind of silly, but they've grown on me. He pulls them off. Although he did make the yellow shorts iconic.
Charles Olivera is an absolute monster. Everything changed. Everything changed.
His striking got stronger. Gaethje says the hard
Same with his lion tattoo on his back. I did kind of think he looked better without that, but, you know, it's growing on me too. I'll be honest.
You know he can submit you. He represents that
He's looking big too. He's looking bigger than he looked in the past.
guys have built a great team down there. He can do it all, man. And rightfully,
I mean, that's kind of obvious because he was 45 at one point too, but like, he's looking bigger than he did in the Chandler fight.
that Ilia may not have ever seen before because of his size. I don't know if Ilia can show him.
This is exciting.
Daughter Tyler's birth was the jumping off point she's been calling all week.
All right, let's see Ilia. Here we go. Yeah, still, why is he red corner? Yeah, this is weird. I like the fire. That's kind of clean. Hey, there it is. You gotta give it to him. Ilia has aura. He does. Like that Spanish music that they play. He's made it iconic. Like you can't hear that and not think Ilia Topuria, right? But you know, it's sad. You got to feel bad for the guy that he's gonna get knocked out. Because like he's on top of the world right now. He beat the two greatest featherweights of all time, or two of the greatest featherweights of all time, probably the number 1 and the number 3, and then you know he's gonna get absolutely sent to the shadow realm by Charles Olivera. Like you got to feel bad for him at a certain point for that, you know. Did anybody see that he was celebrating the win last night? Like he was actively celebrating, like, "Hey, I'm double champion," or, you know, I'm the 155-pound champion. Like, that's really weird. Like he went out and like got drinks with his friends and stuff. Hopefully he's hungover. That would be good. I'm sure he is. I'm sure he's horribly hungover, and he's just gonna walk into a flying front kick from Charles and just get put to sleep. Yeah, I'm feeling the nerves now. I'll be honest. I'm feeling the nerves. I am. I'm feeling them. I'm scared. I'm legitimately scared. I'm very, 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 very scared for Charles. But Charles knows what he needs to do to win, and he's gonna do it. And he's gonna knock him out. So it's good. High guard Muay Thai stance. He's gonna come forward, not gonna back up, not gonna get walked down. He's gonna walk him down. It's going to be too easy. It's going to be light work for Charles Olivera. Light work. Oh, boy. Here we go. Look how small Ilia looks. He looks tiny. He looks frail. He looks fragile even. He looks tired already. He looks like that adrenaline dump is fatiguing him and just making his arms weak. He looks fat, too. He looks like he didn't take his weight cut seriously because he had that extra 10 pounds. His conditioning sucks. Like, he would lose a bodybuilding show right now. His wrestling is 0. His grappling is 0. His chin is 0. He got his brain cells destroyed by Jai Herbert. And you know, it's like when somebody loosens the top of something for you, you just take the cap right off. You know, he's just gonna get put right to sleep. And he's too young. I mean, 28. That's just too young to fight like a 35. Like he's experienced, Charles is. You know, with all that octagon experience, 45 pro fights. You know, the most finishing fighter in UFC history. He's gonna knock him out. Yep. Here we go. Oh man. Oh man, I'm nervous. Oh man, I'm nervous. I've talked really big game. I mean, I'm kind of joking in the stream here, but like in my video, I talked big game in my predictions. And you know, if like that's the end of my YouTube career before it even starts, right? If I was just dead wrong. Like could you imagine if we saw like a Conor McGregor check hook knockout from Ilia on the back foot? Like everything was wrong. Could you imagine? No, that'd be horrible. Everything I said was wrong at that point.
For those in attendance and UFC fans watching around the world, this is the moment you've all been waiting for. Live from the sold-out T-Mobile Arena.
And why is this in Vegas? Huh? Still can't get over the fact that this guy was the red corner. Come on, Ilia. This is such a long announcement too. Oh my gosh, I'm feeling it. If Charles loses, you have to eat curry. What does that even mean? What does that even mean? What does that even mean? Is that a bet? What do I get if Charles wins then? Huh? What's the other side of this bet? What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do if Charles wins? When Charles wins, let me say it correctly. When Charles wins, what are you gonna do? I just, you know, I think we all know that Ilia's about to get knocked out. That's just how it is. You can feel bad for Ilia, but he's gonna get knocked out. That's what's gonna happen. And there's nothing anybody can do about that. And oh look, he looks nervous. He looks scared because he's about to get knocked out. I would be scared. I don't want to fight Charles Olivera. And look how small he is. Look how short that man is. He's just so undersized. Topuria. Charles has literally already won this fight, and it hasn't even started yet. Isn't that crazy? Ooh, boy. Yeah, I am nervous. I am nervous, I'll be honest. I'm very, very nervous. I'm terrified, in fact. But no. He looks calm. No, he's scared. He's trembling in fear, just like I am. Just like I am. Look at it. Look at Oliveira. He looks ready. He is ready. Ooh. All right, timer's going. There we go. There we go. We've got the high guard right away. He is walking him down. He's putting him on the back foot. He's using the teeps. Charles is not backing up. He does not care. He's going forward. He's walking him down. He's trading with Ilia. He's teeping. He's teeping. He's pushing him back. He's pushing him back. Oliveira. Oh, look at that double leg. And he's got him against the fence. He's got double underhooks. What are you going to do, Ilia? You're too small. He's too small. Look at him. He's too small. He's too small and weak and frail. Come on, Charles. Kill him, Charles. Look at this. Look at this. Ilia's already given up. Look at that. Look at his face. And he just pulled guard. Okay. And he pulled guard against the fence. Oh, no. What are you doing, Charles? Why are you pulling guard against the fence? Don't do that. Oh, no. Now he's in side control. Yeah. This is not where we want to be. What was that? Can somebody tell me what that was? All right, he's got half guard. He's got that heel. He's got the leg. This is what I was talking about. This is what I said in my video. He's got the leg. Yes, and Ilia has to turn around and run away. Oh my gosh. What did I say about Charles and the leg locks? What did I say? Okay, Ilia's out though. Yeah, see, Ilia's like, oh, if he pulls guard, I'm going to go down. What are you doing, Ilia? Go down. I thought you were going to grapple with him. I thought you were going to jump at his guard. Come on, Ilia, jump at his guard. You said you were going to jump at his guard? Jump at his guard. It's right there. All right, stand up. Mark Goddard standing him up. Let's go. Yes, Charles, walk him down. That didn't bother you. That didn't hurt you, Charles. Yes, clinch. You got him. Oh, yes, those knees. Oh, beautiful. See, look at that. Look at that. He's got him stumbling. You're too small, Ilia. Just accept it. You're too small. When have we ever seen Ilia on the back foot like this, other than Jai Herbert, obviously? Oh, no. No. No.
My goodness. That was unbelievable. No one's ever done it like that. The left hook, man. No one has ever done it like that to Charles Olivera. Not like that. And do the special. This do the special.
Yeah, that was a clean, just flush.
You see where this confidence comes
Check hook.
He's extraordinary.
On the back foot.
He really is extraordinary.
Ilia Topuria celebrated the win last night. It proved not premature.
Oh, my goodness. Oh. Well, it was nice knowing you all. I'm glad we were all able to make it. Everything I said was wrong, except for when it wasn't, but then it was all wrong. Everything I said was wrong. Oh, man. Look at this. Right through the high guard. Oh, Oliveira had his hands down even. Oh. I don't know if we've ever seen Oliveira like asleep like that. Like he was stiff.
He was already starting to go down. Watch here. Look at this again. Boom. He's already going down. Takes the left hook. That flattens him. Ilia hits him with the follow-up shot.
He had the leg lock entry too. Exactly like I said he would get it.
This guy is special.
No one has done this to Charles. You have to really consider this. I mean, the fact that this guy comes up
Oh, man.
has done this to everybody at featherweight.
All right. We're turning this off. We're done. We're done with this. 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 I don't need to listen to Joe Rogan glaze Ilia. Ilia is now the 155-pound champion. I don't need to listen to screw this crap. I'm going to crash out. But before I crash out, we're going to get this one back. We're going to get this one back right now for our boy. He got, like, that's like, oh, man. The power of Ilia. I mean, his hands were down. I get it. But, like, oh, that was just, I'm like about to cry right now. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, that's not what we want. What? My capture card's struggling. Hold on. You gotta be kidding me. Oh, what in the world? I literally just tested this yesterday. You got to be kidding me, dude. Man. Okay, let's. Why are you doing that? Literally worst case scenario. First round, out stiff. So done. I'm done with this sport. I'm never watching mixed martial arts again. Oh man. Never again, guys. I will never watch another UFC fight as long. Give him Aspinall next minute. Yeah, for real. I need Ilia Topuria versus Ilia Topuria versus Tom Aspinall right now. I mean, what was that? I can't get my capture card to work. There we go. There we go. We just had to restart it. Oh, we're getting that one back right now, boys. We're getting it back right now. Yeah, no, that's literally I'm never watching a UFC fight ever again in my life. Like, mark my words, it's never happening. Like, everything I said would happen happened. He backed him up, he walked him down, he was teeping. He got into half guard, deep half sweep, heel hook, exactly like I said would happen. And then he gets stood up, walks him down again, drops his hands, 1-2 right on the chin, out stiff. Charles has been knocked out before, but like he was arms stiff. Like, oh my gosh. Man, here, we'll do it like this. We're going to beat up an AI. Out stiff. Exactly as I happened with the heel hook setup. Just knocked out stiff. I'll never be the same. I'm retiring from mixed martial arts. Literally retiring. I just want you all to know right now, this is my official retirement. But before, yeah, no, I'm not sleeping right ever again. But before I retire, we're gonna beat him. I should probably change the title of the stream, huh? Hold on. Let me get in here and change the title of the stream real quick. To Charles Olivera's funeral, I'm gonna crash out. Let's see here. Let's see here. Funeral, I'm going to crash out and am so depressed. Save. All right, everybody. Let's get this one back for our boy, right? Oh, yo, I'm so sorry. Where are you? England? Oh, that's horrible. That's horrible. I'm not recovering from this. No. I hate you. I hate you. I hate you. Skipping this. I don't even want to see him. Yeah. Yeah. No, that's.
We'll see how it goes in this round for the UFC lightweight champion Charles Olivera. He can beat you.
This is what should have happened right there.
Right to the melon.
Right here. This. Come on.
How about it? Huge kick landed.
It did seem that freaking Charles had the strength advantage, you know? Like, he pushed him against the fence, and Ilia was legitimately struggling there. And Ilia literally was like, oh, I'm going to jump in his guard. He didn't. He didn't want to grapple. He didn't want to play legs with him. That was a good heel hook, too. You know, Ilia obviously defended perfectly, but Charles had that in for a second
And he
there.
comes through with a big
And then he just, oh. See, that's what should have happened. That's what should have happened. Oh, man. I'll never be the same. I'll never be the same.
Topuria's lower jaw does not look good. I don't think it's broken.
Get over here. Get over here. Quit walking away. Quit running away.
Signs of swelling.
Just, oh, man.
Oh, perfect timing on the Superman punch.
Come on.
Well, he's doing a nice job here.
Yeah.
He's hurt bad.
No. I hate you, Ilia. Naren is a hater. We are going to permanently ban him from the channel. Come on, Ilia. Get up. Now it's your turn to sit on the ground. Yeah. Oh, shoot. You know what? I don't care. I don't care. You know why I don't care? Because you suck at jiu-jitsu. And this is exactly why you got it. This is exactly why you got it up. Oh, man. Oh, man. I'll never be the same. That's crazy that Charles pulled guard. I mean, he did the exact same thing against Beneil Dariush with a lot of success, and Islam with a lot of success. It's over for Charles, though. It's over for him. Did he even make a post-fight speech? I gotta see, actually. There we go. Look at that. That's what should have happened. Thank you. Gosh. That's what should have happened right there. Let's see. I want to see if Charles is like alive. I'm so devastated by the fight results. I forgot to even check on the poor man's well-being. Where's my stream? Let's pull that back up. I'm so sick of Joe Rogan and listening to him talk about Ilia like he's Thanos, even though he literally, oh man, I'm mad. That was so bad. That was so bad. You got to be kidding me. Did my title update correctly? Let's see. Because it's still showing on here as I have faith in Charles Olivera, which is so... Yeah, no, Charles Olivera funeral, I'm going to crash out and I'm so depressed. Good. I wouldn't want it any other way. Why is my stream not pulling up? Force quit. Restart. I want to see if Charles retires. Because honestly, he might. And that's going to just really do it for me. Oh, man. It's so over for me. 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 Why are you not opening? All right. Task manager. ESPN. And task. Let's try it again. Oh, man. The entire Brazilian Twitter. Yeah, no, I mean, honestly, like, Charles isn't getting another title shot. He's still got some exciting fights at that weight class, but, like, what's left for him? You know, he had the belt. He made his money. Like, he probably should just retire. Like what? And that's what I'm trying to see right now is 50% of Pistons performance of the war. Yeah, no, he honestly did everything right, except for he literally dropped his hands when he got knocked out, like, which is really dumb. But I liked the deep half sweep heel hook, exactly how he said he would do. But oh man, I'll never be the same. Oh man. Let's see if he's retiring. I'm trying to check right here. Oh man. Is he like alive? Is he gonna talk, or did they just take him out? I hope they just took him out of the octagon. To be fair, it doesn't look like. Oh my goodness. Oh my word. Yeah, no, there's no way he doesn't retire. I'm part of the 50% that wants to die crowd personally, but you know, you know, like it was just over so fast too. Like all the buildup, everything we went through together. Everything we went through together. Yeah. Yep. Mm-hmm. 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 An Islam fan. I know, right? Now I want to see it. I want to see Islam. Oh man. I want to see Islam kill this guy because I feel like he could. Oh man. Islam's a duck. Actually, no, never mind. Islam's a duck. And if he hadn't vacated, Ilia would have fought him instead. And then Charles would have gotten another shot at Islam, and we wouldn't have seen him die on national television. So no, I hate Islam. Actually, I changed my mind. Yo, I'm sorry. I can't get behind what you're saying anymore. I know. Yeah. Well, okay. That's true. Honestly, could you imagine Ilia, 5'7" Ilia fighting at? It was an AI fight. I wish it was an AI fight. Daniel Higginson. I wish it was an AI fight. I honestly think it would be insane to see 5'9" Ilia fighting at welterweight with the 6'4" guys. And that's probably the best time for him to do it if it was against Islam. So let's see here. Yeah, I guess it's over. Let's see if they've uploaded the post fight. Kamzat versus yes, give me Kamzat versus Ilia. Oh man, Kamzat was like the massive of the massive 140 or 140. Geez, 170ers though. No, no, Daniel, no. Tracy Cortez was the highlight of the night, not Ilia's wife. Oh man. Quiet. I'm gonna get copyrighted. Hold on. Oh man. Oh man. Oh man. Oh man. Oh man. No, yeah, no. I'll never be the same. I'll never ever be the same. I'm pulling it up right now. I'll never be the same. Oh no. Yeah, no, this is bad. This is really, really bad. No, they haven't uploaded the Octagon interviews yet. I guess Charles didn't give one. Looks like the event is over. But oh man. Oh man. Oh man, they're already uploading. Oh man, they're already uploading highlights. Oh. The Drake curse. That's what we're blaming this on. Drake, you did this to us. Gosh. Freaking Kendrick Lamar warned us about this. Oh man. All right. All right, let's get back to this. I don't even Yeah, Drake lost 200K. We can all be happy about
Charles
that.
Olivera ready to
Slight,
get back to it right now. He has
slight
evolved his
silver
game
lining.
into the most dangerous lightweight in the world, maybe the most dangerous pound-for-pound fighter in the world right now here in modern-day mixed martial arts.
They brought Patty into the cage after. Went and sat aside. Are you at? Oh no, you're not at the event. You're still there in the UK. You said at 6 a.m. You're just, yeah. That actually makes sense though, because they were beefing. I think the UFC is gonna totally just like fluke Patty in for a title shot. Which I mean, obviously that's not deserved at all. It should be Arman Sarukian. That being said, I don't like Arman Sarukian either for his robbery over Charles. So, you know, and there's the beef there. So I'm gonna get copyrighted for this music. Hold on. Let me get this pulled up. Where's practice mode? Learn practice mode. This is how we're gonna do this. We're not even gonna let him hit back. Inert. Start. Gosh. Yeah, and we're making Charles red corner like it should have been. All right, here we go. Hold on. Let you guys hear now. Yep. See? This is relaxing. This is cathartic. I'm enjoying this. I can just pretend that none of this ever happened right now. Of course Ilia pushed him. Oh, man. Ilia is such an arrogant little piece of trash. I want to see him versus Francis Ngannou. That's what I want to see. Yeah, I got you, yo. Good night. Thanks for dropping in. Make sure you subscribe so you can see my my live breakdown of what we're gonna do to get Charles the belt back. Yeah. Let's see him try to knock out Tom Aspinall. Let's give him a heavyweight title shot. I mean, you know, they made him red corner for this fight. Let's give him a heavyweight title shot. I'm sure he could knock out Tom Aspinall. If you're the elite of the elite, you should be able to knock out Tom Aspinall. Like does anybody disagree with that at all? Like, no. Give him Tom Aspinall right now. I like how I have more viewers watching me do this than watching the actual fight. That's pretty funny. And I'm okay with that, honestly. Nobody needs to see that fight, but we do need to see this. This is what we came to see. Look at that. Look at that ugly little face of his. Look at that. See, you're weak. You're a weak little man. I'm gonna get so clowned on that video. I'm sure I've already got comments rolling in on my video. I had multiple people be like, this is therapeutic for me. Thank you for asking. I had multiple people be like, "Oh, we're gonna come back to this when Charles gets chinned in the first round, and we're gonna freaking oh." This is it. This is all I have, guys. This is all I have. All right, that's the end of the stream. I hope you enjoyed this last little segment of me beating up Ilia. Unless anybody wants to stay and watch, I think we're gonna call it quits. I'm gonna go on like probably a 5-day bender of just relapsing, or not relapsing, but getting into every controlled substance that someone could get into, picking up every addiction one could possibly pick up. You know what? I'll check on it right now. Good question. Let's check on it right now. I want to see what people have to say. Let's hold on. Let's mute this. Let me pull it up here. Let's see if anybody's gone to it yet. Oh man. There we go. Let's see here. Nope, no new comments. It's all the same. Well, newest first. Yeah, nope, no new comments yet. Just people who were right, apparently. Oh, look, there's Yo. We love Yo. What a guy. And yeah, no, I'll never be the same. All right. Let's get back to beating up Ilia, shall we? Shall we? Oh, we got it. Yeah, no, they'll be there. The haters will be there. I know they'll be there. I'm ready for them. I knew what I was getting myself into when I made a bold prediction like I did. But I really believed that Ilia was going to struggle with Oliveira's power, and I feel like he did. When he had him against the fence, Ilia did not like being there. It's just, you know, with a guy like Ilia, all he needs is one, you know. And we didn't really know that for sure. It was hard to say at 155 because, like, he knocks Jai Herbert out at 155, obviously, but he knocked him out with just the perfect overhand with his whole body behind it. And, like, of course you can knock someone out with a perfect overhand with your whole body behind it. So that doesn't really prove that, like, this guy is going to translate well at 155. So, you know, Jai Herbert aside, we still had that question of, like, is he still going to have that just, I touch you and you turn off at 155? Because Conor McGregor had that at 145. Like, Conor McGregor was just putting people out with, like, a left hook on the temple. He knocked Dustin Poirier out with a left hook on the temple at 145. Obviously, when they fought at 155, wasn't remotely the same. Dustin Poirier was eating Conor's shots and then just kicking his leg off, and he had no answer for that. But with Ilia, the power totally translated. The power translated perfectly. And yes, Charles was very powerful, but he just put him right to sleep because Charles dropped his hands. And when Charles dropped his hands, it was all over. So, yeah, that's probably it for Charles. Oh, that's depressing. Because I don't have Tony Ferguson anymore. I don't have Charles anymore. Who do I have? I have Merab. Merab is my favorite champion. But Merab likes Ilia, so that makes it worse. Oh, man. Stupid. Your face is ugly. Look how swollen his eyes are. Isn't that nice? Isn't it nice how swollen his eyes are? All right, everybody. Thanks for coming. We'll see if I post again. We will see if I ever post again. Or if I just retire from the sport of mixed martial arts altogether. But yeah. I think I'll list this stream. I'll list it so everybody can just watch this, because I feel like some people need this. They just need doing what should have happened. What should have happened in just... Yeah. Yeah, nope. Yeah. So yeah, maybe I'll leave the stream up. I've been unlisting my streams, but maybe I'll leave this one up. What's going on here? Why can't I pick him up? There we go. Well, let's get him somewhere else. Let's get some more blood over here. Yeah. Yeah. Isn't that nice? Look at that Superman elbow. Isn't that clean? Isn't that sidekick clean? Oh, yeah. See? See, it literally broke his character model. You just can't handle the power. That was the fight, guys. Isn't AI crazy that it made us think Charles got knocked out, but really he just spammed flying knees at Ilia and jumping switch kicks. All right. All right. Thank y'all so much. Appreciate you. See you on the next one. All right. Bye, everybody.